Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, welcome everybody to Code CynicalDeath one more time here for the first group stage, of course. There we go, there is me. I am here now, finally. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? With me today is none other than the one and only Snoopy.
Hey, what's up?
What is up, my man? Again, very early in the morning, a true trooper, staying up till, I don't know, late at night and then waking up even earlier. And
Well,
yeah.
well, we have one heck of a group today, so needed to make sure I showed up, right?
This is true, yeah, you can't miss out on this one, honestly. This is probably the most stacked group so far. We had one pretty stacked in Group B as well, but overall, I'd say, you know what, this Group D might be a little bit more stacked. You do have some people, actually in the chat I read a couple of people saying, like, we have Sue, of course, in this group, but saying that Sue wasn't feeling as overall motivated anymore to win games after his win in IEM. Previous year, I believe it was. So kind of maybe fulfilling his bucket list and now just being like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the military soon. I don't know if I still want to put in as much practice right now. But yeah, you know what? It kind of shows how much practice really these players have to put in, right? Because even if they kind of slow it down, Sue probably still plays a boatload. But yeah, it shows kind of how much really you have to put in to stay at that type of level, right?
Yeah, and being that Sue is actually my favorite player currently. Even though I was really happy to see him win in IEM, I gotta admit the recent months and the recent results has been a bit disappointing. So I'm still gonna root for him. I'm still gonna cheer for him, but hopefully he can give us a better showing before he goes off to the military.
We'll have to wait and see. He has always kind of been his own player as well, right? In style, always kind of just slightly off the road on his own little course through the forest or something like that, just making his own road. And just trying to find ways to make it work, and he's been able to make it work a couple of times. Sometimes kind of just missing the mark a little bit overall, but well, we'll have to wait and see how he does today. I feel like this a little bit the same applied to Rogue, right? Which was the other group of death, maybe the group of, B. So it's a little bit similar in that remark as well. But I don't know, who would you say is in a better shape right now, Rogue or Sue?
I think just based off recent results, probably Rogue. I think Sue is kind of teetering between downhill and uphill. He's kind of like in limbo. I feel like. I mean, still strong player. I feel like he's like he's like Kevin Durant in the NBA, where yeah, you go down with the injury, but even if he comes back at like 80%, he's still better than
Hmm.
like almost like I guess almost 90% of the players in the NBA. So even though he's not at top form, I feel like he's still a strong player.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a rough one, really, isn't it? It kind of comes down to, in my opinion, what type of day it is for those players. It's how the stars align for them, right? And then sometimes Sue kind of shows up and beats everybody. Sometimes Ro kind of shows up and beats everyone. But yeah, that inconsistency seems very visible recently with those two.
Yeah, and this is actually a stark contrast to the some of the other players in the group, like Innovation and Stats, where
Yeah.
they have had a more kind of steady and more stable trajectory.
No.
Yeah, so I feel like Sue, he's one of those players that has some really low lows and then some really high highs, while Innovation and Stats are kind of just like stable and steady.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. What about Time as well? Like, I know Time is an absolute beast of a player. I've not seen him play that much, though, recently anymore.
Yeah, I feel like he hasn't he hasn't really played in too much as of late, but he's
Mm-hmm.
also one of those players that yeah, he has his moments, right? He has some really nice kind of
Yeah.
series wins that where you kind of think to yourself, oh man, he could be a top player in this league. But then sometimes he just like drifts off and you don't really hear him for some time, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back out of nowhere and just dominates a series, and you're like, wow, he is really strong.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think I kind of feel the same way. He is a little bit, or at least he feels a little bit like the Chinese hope. But with a lot of the Chinese players, I feel like they kind of are up and coming, right? And it looks like they're going to be able to dominate the scene for a long time. And then suddenly they just kind of drop away. Now, some of them, they just stop playing, right? Some of them have stopped playing from that region. Um, but Time, he is still around. He's just not as consistent either. And then, really, well, it might have to do because he's just playing in less tournaments, or it might have to do with him just not getting anywhere real far in the tournaments, and that's why I'm not seeing him as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a really actually really similar play style to Innovation,
Mm-hmm.
where they're both like really aggressive. So I hope maybe that Innovation can play against Time, and we'll see one hell of a micro battle.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I agree. I agree with that one. You know what? With most of these players, it's like, yeah, a battle between those guys would be pretty darn epic. I mean,
Oh
Innovation
yeah.
and Stats, you know what? Also a great series. We saw Innovation, of course, recently play against Trap in the GSL. Now, Innovation did mention that he thinks Trap is the best Protoss. Stats is, I think, a little bit of a different player overall anyway. He used to be a bit more conservative with his play, right? Trying to get really into the macro game and stuff like that. Recently, though, at least in the... Oh, there's a lobby bug. We need to leave the party. Alright, everybody else got... Okay, that's nice. Anyway, recently, though, I've seen Stats in a couple of games, and he actually was rather aggressive still as well these times around. Being really, going forward with Blink Stalkers. Whenever even if he had smaller amounts of Blink Stalkers, right, not necessarily even the full gateways. And
Hmm.
it was working out pretty nicely for him. I'll have to wait and see if he's going to be kind of in a similar situation here or not. Alright, there's some issues with the lobby hosting here, guys. So we need to wait a little bit, and we'll get everything sorted.
Oh, it says I'm already in game, huh? Wait.
Yeah, same.
All right. Let me go ahead and log out here and re-log in.
Yep. Yep, we're all bugged actually. Every single one of us is bugged for this lobby now. None of us can join.
Oh, okay, good. I wasn't the only one.
Not that bad. Not that great. Anyway, people, Ryu asking us if who do we think is gonna take this one. I'd say, you know what, it's a tough one to call. I think Innovation is a pretty safe bet, right? Innovation most likely to get through here, I would say. He's been so super consistent. It is absolutely nuts.
I agree.
And then I'd say, man, yeah, between those other three, it's a really tough pick as well, right? Time, I don't know in what kind of shape he is right now, so he can just show up and absolutely get bopped and not get anywhere. Or he might be able to just beat everyone else quite easily. Or, well, Stats and Sue, kind of a similar boat there. I think I'm going to have to go with Stats. I think, just because I have a little bit more of an overall understanding. But then again, Time could just show up and absolutely tear him apart. So yeah, I'm gonna go Inno Stats here.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good bet. I think generally people will say Innovation will be the favorite, Time will be the underdog, and then Stats and Sue could be a toss up between them two.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, like I wouldn't be too surprised if Time does in fact just take the second place, or even the first place. Who knows? I mean, in group number A, the first group we had Estrella, right? The ultimate underdog, probably. In a group where there was Trap, TY, and Delaser, Estrella going on first out of that group. And a lot can happen in a best of three. A lot can happen in a best of three. And I don't want to take that victory away from Estrella, but he even told me, like, I didn't think I would advance in this group. And I just managed to get first place. So, you know what? That's always the fun part about these types of things. We're gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, the first map here is loaded up. Every Dream will be the battlefields. Stats and Innovation. Gonna be duking it out here with one another. And between these two, well, I already kind of said I think Innovation is gonna take the overall victory here. At least be one of the people advancing. Stats, personally, I think will be the second. We'll have to wait and see though. Although, you know what, if he has to face against Sue, I think that might still be a problem. PVC, I don't know. I just don't. Sue just does seem quite consistent still in that one. Right? Because PVC, so much of it right now comes down to that early game and the mid game for the Protoss. Right? They always try to kind of finish it off.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of sharp timing attacks that's coming out of Protoss, especially with the Glaive Adept build. And if you catch the Zerg off guard, that could definitely be the end of Sue. But
exactly.
We shall see.
But then, it's not like Sue, that is his bread and butter, right? He is born in the mid game. That's where he strives. That's what he's known for. Not going into the late game, basically. That's what he does. So we'll have to see what he really can bring to the table there. If that matchup actually does happen, of course, it could just be that they never play each other. That's also a possibility. Which I think Stats wouldn't mind. Just having to play it against the Innovation and Time here, the two Terrans. Anyway, thank you all for the follows as well. Dom666. I think that's like a like a silly Satan. Jackie Fatboy, Hunida 22, Hitmang, Bacchus 88, Agamenum from the UK, Trauma 04, Fluffy Wabbit, 2 is Magic, and 847054502. Thank you all for those follows. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're gonna have a good time here with these players. I know that I am, no matter what happens. Even if these guys bob, usually it's still quite a show. You know what? Getting to see one of these other players get the bob. Anyway,
I gotta say, some of these usernames just really cracks me up.
Yeah, Fluffy Wabbit 1 2 3. It's like,
like, are you Elmer Fudge?
I could be. It's Wabbit season. You have to say it like Elmer. What's his name again? Elmer Fudge. Yeah. I don't know what his Dutch name was either anymore, but I don't know. It's weird because I had to learn 2 of the names for some of them, right? I think for that one. I think actually in the Dutch version, they just completely... Maybe even in the English one. They don't really ever call him by his name, do they?
I don't recall. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Did they ever call him by his name? I don't know. Can't touch this. That's right. It's my excuse for everything. That's right.
Actually, someone was trying to put up the uptime command in Twitch. Let me go ahead and actually add it for you. One second.
There should be one already, right? Because right now it always shows the uptime just underneath the stream itself. It's a new update on Twitch. It should show
really?
it anyway. Yeah, if you look just below the screen, to the right of it, at least on PC it does. I'm not quite sure on mobile. Maybe you are on mobile, maybe that's the problem, but it should be on PC. It's right there. Oh well, you already added it. That's cool too. All right, what is the deal here with these two? They are talking a bunch, aren't they? Are we waiting for someone? Both the players are saying go, so...
Who's adminning here?
Who
I
is
thought it was
the lobby
Mikko,
host?
right? Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Turns out that we're just lobby host. We have no referee though. That's a problem. Okay, we do have everything else though. So you know what? Screw it. These guys are mature enough, right? They can handle the yun pausing themselves. It's fine. It's fine. Just got here, guys. Who's playing the next game? Right now, we're looking at stats versus innovation. And then we'll be looking afterwards at Sue versus time. So we'll have ourselves a PVT and then a ZVT. Where am I located? I am located in America. I am fully American as they come. And I live in the states, US, in America. Alright. The bottom left side here, we have a red Terran. He is in the colors red. He is Kaisi Gaming's Innovation.
And spawning at the top right here, we have the lovely blue Protoss. He is from Team Africa Freaks. It is Stats.
You know what else I realized? We have two people from Kaisi Gaming, and we have two people from Africa Freaks.
Yeah.
So
I actually noticed that earlier on.
That's also kind of interesting.
So it's going to be the battle of the clans, somewhat, kind of.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? Unless if they start to have to play against each other. I mean, it's also kind of funny that both the Terrans are from Kaisi and then the Protoss and Zerg are from Africa Freaks. You know what? I feel like those two races are a bit more freaky, right? Bit more freaky, anyway.
All right, we see a little bit of a cheeky play here coming from Innovation. It's gonna be a proxy barracks. Now he got the double gas, so you gotta expect that there's gonna be a factory behind this.
He's gonna build it at home though. He is keeping that SCV hidden there. Okay, it will be at home. Alright, so it doesn't seem to be a full committal here, but wait. What? Oh man. Okay, things are about to get weird. I told you he was freaky. I told you. You didn't believe me. Well, here we go. Alright, well. This is something else, right? Just blatantly putting it right next to his. This is one of those maneuvers. How do you call them again? A show of dominance.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's not the only one that is freaky. Of Innovation is getting a little freaky here. He's got a proxy ghost academy here at the bottom right. He's researching Cloak.
What?
This game is nuts.
Stat's gonna go for an expansion as well himself in his natural base. What is happening in this game? What? Is he gonna cancel this Nexus in the innovation space? I am so thoroughly confused. I have no idea what's happening here. He's not gonna cancel it, right? He might do. He might. Well, like, what can he do with it? He's gonna recall, okay, 2 Adepts and a Zealot. There is a Widow Mine right on top of it. Will he be able to get a connection here? It will not. That could be trouble. That could definitely be trouble. That's a lot of SCVs now in quite a predicament. That Reaper still shooting away at the... Oh, dear. Reaper still shooting away at the Nexus. Not really helping out here. There's a Hellion helping out now, but that's a lot of SCVs going down the toilets. 11 SCVs here. Snoopy, what in the world are we watching?
I have no idea.
Okay, Onigami. Oh my god, why? Why does it have to be like this? Are you kidding me? Why? This game, it is an absolute roller coaster now, right? We have a proxy Nexus. We have a recall into the base. We have proxy Ghost getting himself cloak. I wouldn't be surprised we're gonna see a nuke next. And then also somebody disconnecting. Onigami here. Interrupting it all.
I think the craziness of this game lagged Onigami out.
He just couldn't take it anymore. He's like, no, this isn't StarCraft. And he just shut his PC off, just like...
Oh, man.
I waited for so long and they're not taking it seriously.
I swear I seen this similar game in
Ban.
the SOS game,
Game paused.
like in GSL or something.
Alright. Go. Go. We don't have a referee. They're in charge. I hope they know. They don't know. Yeah, this game is getting so ridiculous.
Game
Yeah, I think there's no referee, so
They're like, go. Just- Oh dear lord. Alright, well there's actually a Twilight Council opening behind this for stats, so I'm not sure how this works out, right? He's gonna have 2 ghosts actually coming in. There's no nuke just yet in production. Let's see if that's queued up. It is not, so maybe he's just gonna come in cloaked with the ghost and then start sniping away at those probes this way. It could definitely work.
Yeah, there's actually no robotics facility, and that was just being plopped down. But it's gonna be so long. And I think this might be actually straight up GG unless Stats can somehow save all these probes. But there's 7 probes already.
Question mark. Oh, this is nice though. Blocking the entrance to his probe here with the 2 starters. Very quick thinking from the Protoss. Needs to be careful though with those Hellions coming in as well. Needs to keep those away from his probe line here. Ay. This is so much damage right now. And after taking so much damage himself, he's returning the favor. He's like, alright, well, yeah, 2 can play that game. Jeez Louise. I've not seen this ever, and let alone let it work this well. What in the what? GG.
Oh man.
Right. So if you proxy a Nexus, make sure to make a robo before you make that Twilight Council, because innovation's gonna get you. I'm very interested actually in seeing if that Ghost Rush was in response to what's happening in his main base there. This is like we're seeing some Plat League heroes or something, right?
Yeah. Except they are really great high-level bronze players.
yeah, exactly. With very good micro, but still strategies that make you like, wait, what? What were they thinking? Man, alright. Thank you for the follow, guys, as well. Let me see. Japanese man. Sylphan. Mr. Gus. Noble Zart. Fear Nantok. Barcode. I am Koya. Dumb 60. Oh, wait. We already had you. That's alright. Yeah, so what the hell was that, guys? What in the world? Honestly. Terran version of DT Rush, I guess. Yeah. Like, did you see actually, Snoopy? Did he do that in response to the Nexus? Was he like, you know what? If you're doing this, you're not gonna have your Robo in time. I'm gonna be able to get those ghosts out. And then just kill you off that way.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I feel like now Terran knows the counter to it, to the proxy Nexus rush.
Yeah.
Just throw down the Ghost Academy and you'll be fine.
Just proxy ghost. Although he did have a pretty good response as well, of course, against those two Adepts and the Zealots. He took quite a bit of damage, but ultimately he handled that fairly well, right? Because considering he only had a Widow Mine that didn't go off, a Reaper, and then later on a Hellion as well. That's all he had at home, nothing more.
Yeah, I think if he did not go for the Ghost Academy, it might have been a pretty good game position wise for stats.
Yeah,
because
for
there's
sure.
yeah, this Nexus up is a natural, so he probably would have been able to macro out of that.
Sure, alright. Anyway, game number 2 will be on Eternal Empire. Looks like, once again, we don't have a ref. Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. Ah, well, screw it. Guess we just don't want referees this time around.
Hopefully, nobody else logs out or lags out, and
Yeah.
we won't require a referee here. But yeah, it's going to be a dirty game, so we might actually need a referee somehow.
Ciao! Thank you for that follow as well. Welcome to the stream this, this day. I don't think I could have anticipated a better start than that one, honestly. Let's see what happens in the second game right here. In the bottom right side, the bottom left side. Need to go back to kindergarten, I think. Anyway, Mr. Blue Protoss, a freak of freaks' stats.
And spawning at the top right, we have the red Protoss, or not Protoss, red Terran from KaiZ Gaming. It is Innovation.
Alright, well then. I don't think we can top that game, though, honestly.
Yeah,
really
maybe a cannon rush or something, but I don't see that happening.
Come on, a cannon rush is not going to be better than what we just witnessed.
right, true.
It's just, I mean, I'm trying to come up with anything that could be better than that. Nothing's coming up. I think it's like when suddenly a third player appears on the map or something like that, right? Something crazy like that would make it better. But, I mean, it's not within the realm of possibilities at all. Colossus Rush, no, get out of here, Bibs, get out of here. Colossus Rush, no way, that's better than what we just saw.
You know what would be more crazy? I think a planetary rush.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can get behind that. I can get behind that, but then we will need, like, we'll need something crazy from stats as well. Right?
Yeah, something really nuts.
Mothership Rush? Oh, yeah, okay, a Mothership Rush versus the Planetary Rush.
There we go.
Figured it out. Nice.
Oh,
that
man.
would be the one thing, the one sole thing that would be crazier than that game.
Do you remember back in, like, Wings of Liberty days, where, like, White Raw would do the Mothership Rush and just, like, recall all the units, the gateway units, into the Terran base? Those are some of the craziest games, and I feel like a lot of Protoss players after that were trying to attempt that in their latter games.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit reminiscent of what a Nexus does now, right? Or at least the Nexus in somebody else's base. Ooh, Probe. Probe does manage to get to safety here. Oh, the Stalker as well, getting out. There we go. Nice snipe there on that Reaper. Yeah. Those were some nuts games. Honestly, White Rat was one of those players that really got me into StarCraft 2 competitive scene, right? Because he always used to stream around that time, and he would have these show matches against his fans, and it was a lot of fun. But then whenever you had those show matches, it was always a problem because all of his fans were playing Protoss as well. And so they were like, well, guys, we just had 6 PvPs. Do we have anyone here that plays anything else? And there just weren't any. It's just like...
Yeah, I mean, White Raw, he was my first favorite player. I saw him play in the HD Invitational, which was hosted by HD StarCraft and Husky StarCraft back in the day. And immediately he was my favorite player, and was my favorite player for a few years there in the Wings of Liberty. Unfortunately, he kind of retired from StarCraft 2. But the thing is, the funny thing is, or the great thing is, I think yesterday he actually got back into playing StarCraft 2 and was streaming, so that was really nice to see.
You did, actually?
Yep.
When was this?
Yesterday. It was
Yesterday.
it was a surprise because, you know, White Raw hasn't been playing StarCraft 2. He's been playing Brew War. So yeah, it was a really nice surprise.
That's pretty cool. Was it just for a one-time thing, or was it something that he's planning to do again sometimes? Is that going to be another surprise at some point?
I have no idea, but the more White Raw streams of StarCraft 2, the better it is, I think.
Yeah, for sure. All right, looking at this game, it's a lot more normal than the previous one, guys, unfortunately. But 3 Hellions coming in with that medevac right here. Moving on through, scooting on through. Let's see what they will be able to get done here. There are 2 Stalkers available, but... oh, wait. Hold up. There's one Widowmine in there as well. Surprise! Okay, there we go. Getting a good shot off that. One more, maybe? Ooh, that's a very low HP probe. 1 HP. Just barely regenerating enough shield there to stay alive for a second longer. This micro from Innovation, though. What in the what? It's 1 HP Innovation. Stop it. Get back to reality.
Now Innovation's just showing off.
I was like, maybe he'll get 1 more, get up to 6 or 5. And he just gets it to 11. He just turns it up like mad. What in the what? How does that even happen?
I think Innovation just went Super Saiyan mode or something, but looks like we had some counter flank play here from Stats, trying to even up the worker loss that he suffered from that Hellion Widowmine. And so far, actually pretty good, saving the majority of these Stalkers, although they are quite low in life.
They really are, aren't they? Well, you have to retaliate in some shape, way, or form after taking damage like that. One attempt into this natural base might pull a couple of Marines this way. Create more of an opening for those Stalkers, but actually... Alright, does just jump on top of that bunker as well. Fighting the Marines here on that ramp area. Needs to watch out for the SCV cuddle of death. The SCV embrace. This is again a lot of worker damage actually being taken by both these players. Where is the proxy Ghost Academy? Where is it? I don't see it yet, you know. Links into the siege tank fire there though, and there is a Banshee available as well. Looks like it's, you know, it's just a bit out of range now though. More SCV's gonna go down. He's just gonna die to this, isn't he? After all of that, after that amazing micro with the Hellion, he's just gonna fall apart here. It's tragic, really. But hey, that's the cruel mistress of StarCraft 2. He might clean up the Stalkers, but I mean, he took so much damage, right? 22 works versus 45. Stats now as well, just dropping and re-entering the war prison. It doesn't work like that for Protoss, unfortunately, against Terran. There's no way you can dodge those lasers, because they're not lasers, they're just bullets that hit instantly. It's kind of weird that light travels slower in this game than bullets do, you know, projectiles, but I don't know. I don't know what Blizzard was smoking at the time, but hey.
Something. They were smoking something.
When they came up with that.
Especially when they thought medevacs can lift off tanks in the air and float around.
Yeah. And still just be fine. Or even a Thor, right? Why can't... How doesn't it slow them down? I don't know. Physics, man. Physics just not in the realm of StarCraft. Okay, yeah, another siege tank does get picked off. More SCVs now under pressure, and I mean, is Innovation really under the impression that he can bring this game back? Is he really? It's a Banshee going across, but
The thing is, Innovation has yet to research STEM and combat shields, so yeah, he's working off of very weak Marines for the next couple of moments.
Man, oh man. Alright, so how's this Banshee doing? There's a shield battery. Okay, so it's not getting anything done here. Ouch. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. By the way, did I just see Wardy in our channel as well? Is that actually happening?
I have no idea.
I think I did.
Yeah, yep. I see Wardy too. Hey,
Nuts.
Wardy.
Nuts. Welcome to the amateur league of casting. So, alright, well, to be fair, we have to take into consideration Innovation took a lot of damage that previous game as well, and somehow he managed to bring it back. I've seen Innovation go down in a lot of supply versus Protoss before, and somehow manage some sort of a comeback, going across with all his SCVs. How many SCVs do we have over here? It's quite a few, quite a couple. We don't have that much AoE damage just quite yet. There's one Colossi coming... Wait, actually already available. Where is he? He's right over here.
Oh, this is a nice catch.
Yeah. Intercepting some of the stragglers, the SCVs that wanted to go their own way. It's not a Ro16, unfortunately for them. Can't go their own way. Siege tanks do get in a pretty reasonable position here, but I mean, there's another Colossi. Oh, the Banshees and the Siege tanks target fire that one down very nicely. One of the Banshees falls, but another one comes in as a replacement. Innovation needs to be careful with his reinforcements, though. The robotics facility does go down, so that means there's not going to be any further Colossus production here, which is nice. Charge is about to be ready, though, but I don't think we have any Zealots here. Innovation, is he bringing it back? Is he actually doing this once again? Okay, big recall though, right on top of the army here. Okay, never mind, it's gonna be it. That is gonna be it. Very unfortunate, but nicely played there by Stats, playing it cool, playing it nice, and GG, there we go.
Well, to be fair, it was probably Innovation's only chance to kind of come back to win. He was just way behind, so I do like the decision to pull the SCV and go for an all-in, but just too much damage that was dealt in the beginning with those Blink Stalkers.
Well, I agree. Taking out too many of those siege tanks as well, right? They are very valuable if you do want to try to push across the map in those situations. You need them to really get the Colossus snipe down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright. Senna's saying here, most casters are amateurs, they're not really good in analysis or game awareness, and it's okay. Most of them are lovable and good-hearted and bring great content, and they do a great job and at that, so 1,000 thanks. Alright, nice, thank you. Calling us amateurs, for God's sake, how dare you? Oh, man, just a nice message, and that's what you take out of it, you know? It's like... It's been like, oh my dear lord, how insulting. Banned forever. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, we're going into game number 3 between these guys. I am quite stoked for this one. I don't know what to expect anymore. You know what, I thought I had some sense of what StarCraft 2 was as a game. I thought I knew what was happening. I don't anymore. It's a blank slate from this point onwards. Xerald and Ryan Nadzj and Zutam, Donald C 86, Evi Logi, oh thank you for those follows, very much appreciated. Banned forever, okay. Shinaro, thank you so much. Hope you're having a fun time. Blade SC2 as well. Look at that, getting a nice good amount of follows here. Yes?
Holoren TV in the chat saying, how do I track tourneys? for me personally, I just look at Team Liquid and just follow the upcoming events. That's how I follow upcoming tournaments and stuff.
Baby on a plane as well, joining in. Cool breezes too. It's funny that you have cool breezes join right after a baby on a plane. Does seem to be somewhat connected here, but we'll have to see. Joel, Josie, Gerard as well. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. But yeah, as you kind of made a point, Team Liquid's really the best place to do follow up on all those tournaments. I think Reddit also probably a good place to kind of keep tabs on what is happening in the scene. Usually people will put advertisement for their tournaments up there. Or you can just join Discord servers, right? I know Alpha X has a Discord server. I'm pretty sure pretty much any SC2 individual has a Discord server. And a lot of those streamers that do put up those tournaments, you can just join that one and they'll make sure to keep everybody informed in those as well. So that might be an idea as well. It's up to you. It's up to you, really. Oh, Twitter as well. Thank you, Bibs. That's a good one, too.
Yep, Twitter, too. All right, here, let's go ahead and introduce the players. Here, right. Spawning at the top, bottom right is the red Terran player. Right? Okay. It is from Kaizi Gaming Innovation.
And the top left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss. He's fighting for a Freak of Freaks. He is Tats. I'm still in my head with game number 1, man. It's like, do you think that's something he's done before? Do you think this happened a different time and he's just like, oh, this again? Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. Or was he just like, let me try something here. I'm just gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually pretty good timing. I mean, it was the first game. You want to throw your opponent off guard or kind of shake him up. That's one way to do it, just to do a proxy nexus or maybe even a proxy Ghost Academy somewhere. But unfortunately, this time around, none of that. But we do see some type of proxy pollen here at the bottom for stats. I have to imagine it's got to be a Stargate, right?
I think so too. It looks like a prime location. Prime real estate for a Stargate. But you know what? Sometimes it does become that robotics facility as well, of course. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I would, yeah. If I was a betting man, I'd say Stargate too. Oh, there it is. Now, Innovation looks like he is going up to 3 racks, actually. Also quite interesting. Something that will allow you to have a lot more, well, bio units, of course, very quickly. Does facilitate helping out with a quick push across the map here. And he should have a lot of Marines, of course, as well, to help out against any Oracle pressure. Kills off the Adept as well, actually. Jeez Louise, that's like, wait, what? He killed the Adept with a Marine and a Reaper. That's not supposed to happen, Snoopy.
Yeah, I think he was kind of really trying to snipe down that Reaper, but with some nice micro innovation was able to pull it back and some extra pot shots with the Marine, and really nice pick up there for Innovation.
Stats is crying. He's actually crying. Stats, you're good at controlling. Oh man. All right, well, let's see if that Oracle will be able to take some revenge here on the other side of the map. Twilight Council.
Ooh. You know what? Innovation went for quick Tech Labs, quick Marauder play, so there's not going to be a lot of Marines here for Innovation to contend with this Oracle.
Oh boy. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh boy. This might be trouble here for Innovation. Once again, he is on the side of taking a lot of early economic damage here. Well, actually 4 kills. It could be worse, could be worse. But he's only on 29 workers right now versus 40, so yeah. Hasn't deactivated. Oh, okay, has deactivated the laser. Just coming around now for a little look-see. Sees the amount of Marauders that are there. The Marines count as well. So now he knows what is coming, right? He's already putting down shield batteries immediately upon seeing those barracks. He's getting himself another gateway. And I think Stats is in a really good position now, right?
Yeah, I mean, that scout was huge. Even though it was for harass, mainly. Seeing the 2 Tech Labs, seeing the 3 racks, no factory, no starport, that's a really good indication that some some aggression is coming in. He's already got 2 shield batteries, more additional gateways being thrown down. Blink not quite done yet, and I don't think it's going to be done by the time the bio forces here at the front gate, but still got the shield battery.
Hold up. Yeah, the shield batteries are pretty massive, but you know what? Actually, mostly just Stalkers available here for stats, and against Marauders, they don't do that well. Probes have to be pulled. The shield batteries are nice, but I mean, if you have enough burst damage to just shoot yourself through, that's going to be enough here. And you know what? Once again, Innovation being able to push himself back into an alright position here. Killing off 8 probes. That's very nice.
The question is that, was it enough? Because Innovation did commit a lot to this. He delayed his factory, so he's going to be behind in the tech for sure. He's not going to have those medevacs, and he can't really stim. So once the Blink Stalker makes his way across the map, Innovation will have to be careful to make sure not to overstim, or else the Blink Stalkers can just blink him to death.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think with decent Marauder numbers, you should still be okay, right? You do have the Concussive Shell. His overall production is pretty far to the right. Although this every single stim here, of course, is gonna cost him quite dearly. So watch out for that status trap. Oi, oi, oi. Alright, yeah, that's trouble. Now he has to put most of his units here in the main base, so that might provide stats with an opportunity to just go into the natural. Or just wait for these units, of course, as well. That's a possibility, too.
Oh, man. That additional Stalker warping.
Okay, Blink's right on top of those Marauders here. Does want to get rid of those. The Oracle falls, so that's the one way for these Stalkers to get into the base. But maybe it doesn't matter, as he's just taking the fight from full on. And is Innovation going to be able to stabilize here? It's going to be very rough. 2 more Marauders coming in the nick of time, but more Stalkers as well. Innovation already thinking he was starting to clean up, sending Marauders and, well, a Marauder and 2 Marines towards the bottom side there. A little bit too hastily. Didn't quite have stats jumping out of the base just yet. And that's a lot of damage once again being taken here by Innovation. Is he stabilizing though? I mean, he cleans up the top side, so there's no more blinking up onto the high ground, right? There's nothing here really. No new Oracle or even a Phoenix or anything like that being constructed. Innovation behind with 10 workers now. After losing like what? 29. Losing 30 workers and then being behind with just a regular 9, casual 9 worker difference. After losing 30 workers, of course. Of course, Innovation. Alright, so we'll push the rest of this now back. If anyone can win this game still, it's gonna be Innovation, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Innovation does have +1 on his Bow Force. And we do know that Bows tend to be pretty good against Blink Stalkers, so if stats keep relying and sticking with Blink Stalkers, eventually the Bow is gonna clean them up rather easily. So he's gonna gotta make sure to mix in either charge or, which in this case it looks like he's adding some Colossus.
Okay, just barely enough bio forces here to really push back these second wave of Stalkers there. Do manage to recall out of that without taking too much damage. As these forces of Innovation are marching across the map once again. Let's take a look. He does have medevacs this time around. He has a couple of Widow Mines. Army supply for Innovation. Looking pretty darn strong, right? 58 army supply here versus 50. There is that one Colossus, but it doesn't have extended thermal lance just quite yet. It's not even halfway, so that's a big deal as well, right? Marauder's gonna have a lot easier time than try and pick that one off. Right, here we go. Nice spread so far from the Red Terran. The Widow Mines hitting a couple of loose probes. It's not really helping out against those Zealots there, and I think that may just be enough for stats to win that fight here. Another drop with Widow Mines though in the natural base. Let's see, that's actually no reaction from stats. 16 probes. Just like that. Stats gonna have to kick himself for that one. Getting himself in a wonderful position, and now all of a sudden 11 work difference in favor for Innovation. So, yeah,
Oh no, go ahead.
he's making this game look easy. Is what I wanted to say.
I mean, he's definitely is because I mean, if Stats did not lose those 16 probes, I would say this is his game to lose. But with that just one move there, that turnaround, I think, yeah, now it's Innovation's game to lose. And here we go. Looks like the Bio's gonna get on top of these Colossus. The Colossus still don't have thermal lance or something, because yeah, they still.
do.
Oh wait, okay, they do.
He just
So-
was really close on top of the bio forces there.
Oh wow.
Oh boy. GG. GG. That's it. That's all you needed. Innovation. Well, I mean, we did kind of call it, right? We did expect Innovation to be the first one there to get those wins, yeah. But Stats making it one hell of a series, though. Holy moly.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have. Oh wait,
what-
actually, they talked about this yesterday, right? Innovation's win percentage against Protoss, it's like 84% or something crazy like that in the GSL right now. So
Jesus.
yeah,
That's
it is the
crazy.
highest win rate. That is just unable to compute, honestly. It's rather ridiculous. All right. Anyway, that means Innovation will be taking it into the winners match here. And they'll have to face against whoever wins between Sue and Time, of course. Cure versus Inno predictions. That's in the GSO as well, right? I believe. Cure versus Inno.
Mm-hmm.
Inno's gonna take that one, man. No problem. Innovation is really good at TVT as well. He beat Maru in TVT, so I'm pretty sure Innovation is about to get the top rank, the best Terran. I think people are gonna call Maru no longer the best Terran in the world. All right, I think Innovation is actually encroaching upon that space.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
I think after this GSL, probably for sure.
Yeah. All right. Man, what a series. What a way to start things off. Honestly, if you haven't seen that game number 1, go back and watch it. I'm gonna not try to spoil it, but I promise you I'm gonna start talking about it in a couple of moments, probably like 20 more times during this cast, because that was that was ridiculous. That was our SOS, man.
Yeah.
That was
That
our
was like-
SOS match.
It was like a SOS versus SOS match or something.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly, man. That was nuts. Curious TVT is really good too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But innovation though. Stats is bad. Oh my god. I've never. Well, we can't. I don't know, man. He's pretty darn good. Stats. I think you're gonna have a different tune if you were in his shoes and having to play against Innovation. That's what it comes down to. Well, Maru's TVZ is still the best, but the rest is to be discussed if beats Parting in GSL final. True. We'll have to wait and see. What is Maru's win percentage in TVZ? I don't actually know. It does seem very good, but Innovation's TVZ is also pretty darn strong. So. And then, like, can you still call Maru the best Terran if it's just his TVC that's better than the other guy, right? If TVP and TVT is better for Innovation, can you still call Maru the best Terran? Can you? Is that still a thing that you can say?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Is the requirement that you got to be good in every single matchup? That's the question. Or is it that
Well-
you can be good in like 2 of them and then a little bit weaker in the third one or something?
I mean, Innovation's TVC is not a slouch either, is it? What's your top 3
Yeah.
Zergs, Protoss, Terrans? What is your
Yeah.
top 3 Zergs, Protoss, and Terrans?
Oh, that's hard.
Right. Which one do you have a better list for? Then maybe I can do the other one.
Okay. I mean, Terran, I think, is a bit more easier nowadays. I think, no, in no particular order. I think Maru, Innovation, and then it's either between. I think I get maybe Cure and TY, but I think Cure probably as of recent.
Yeah.
So those probably will be my top 3 Terrans. How about you? You have any top 3 Protoss or Zergs?
I think for Zerg, you still gotta give it to Cyril. He's been not getting the greatest results recently, but I mean it's been, you know, he's still beating the best players out there. So I still think you gotta give it to Cyril. I think overall, let me see, Raynor. I mean, he is really good, but I'm not quite sure if he's up there with the some of these Korean Zergs as well. Let me think this through. Although, you know what, you still have Dark, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I would play Cyril above Dark, though.
I mean, to be fair, Cyril currently has 7,423 MMR on ladder. So
yeah,
anyone with that high of an MMR, yeah, you gotta proclaim as probably the best Zerg out there.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Maybe Cyril, then Dark, then
maybe Rogue or
maybe Raynor actually.
Oh yeah, Raynor's pretty good too.
I might have to put it for Raynor there. He's really getting up there, honestly. I'm always impressed when I see that little Italian play. Alright, anyway, and then Protoss. Protoss, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of Protoss that are really darn good, but none of them really sticking out with head and shoulders above the rest, right?
Well, I would say probably Zest, Trap, and maybe Stats. Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Although parting has been pretty good recently.
Protoss is parting #1 nowadays. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I don't know. I still want to see his consistency overall, right? Because
yeah,
he has been taking some pretty good games this GSL and stuff like that. But I want to see him in like 2 more tournaments and see how he does in those to really be like, all right, parting is grade A Protoss right now. He's the best. Otherwise, you know what? I'm still gonna have to think about. It's just weird, honestly. I feel like Zest, Trap, Deer are kind of all around that same level. Stats as well. I mean, Stats is an insane player, but yeah, I just don't feel like any of them are sticking out. Like, for example, with Zerg you have Cyril and Dark, and with Terran you have Innovation and Maru. But for Protoss, I don't know. It's just a big pile at the top that they always try to just kind of take that crown, but none of them really seem to stick out too much for me, you know? But maybe that's because I don't watch as much Protoss, to be fair.
Well, you know, I think because like not a lot of Protoss has kind of separated themselves too much. Like you can't really definitively say there's a Protoss that is surely better than another Protoss, you know? It's kind of equal or balance in terms of their rankings. So yeah, I could see why it's hard to make a top 3 list for Protoss.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Anyway, here we go. Game #1 between these new 2 players. I don't think they'll ever be able to top that other series though, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they'll surprise us. In the top right side, we have ourselves Snoopy's favorite Zerg to watch. He's the blue Zerg. A freak of freakses. Sue. I probably should have let you done the introductions. I just realized, seeing how it, you know, it is your.
No, it's all good.
You'll get him next time. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. And here at the bottom left is the red Terran player from Kaizi Gaming. It is time.
The only non-Korean in today's matches. If you missed the Innovation versus Stats match, yes, you have. You gotta go watch them back, Stalin. You need to. It was nuts. And Sushi just spoiled it. Of course he did. Of course. Good job, Sushi. It's like, alright, I'm not gonna say anything about it, and then you're gonna be able to watch them and have a lot of fun, and it's like, alright, well... Okay. Sushi too willing to help out too quickly. It's too nice. Alright, well, standard stuff opening up here for both of these players. Of course, once again, it is a Kaizi Gaming versus a Freak of Freaks game.
I'm just reading the chat. It's like Zephyrus is like, geez, and now I want sushi. I have to agree. I want sushi right now. Oh man, I miss
Yeah.
going to ordering sushi from like a Japanese restaurant or something.
50 many rains. I'm doing good, dude. Thank you for asking. Netherlands is, you know, it's a little bit wet over here. Rainy season, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Alright, where's this Reaper full time going? I was kind of looking forward to seeing time play. I'm really wondering at kind of like where I can put him on the scale of overall strength right now, right? We discussed it a little bit at the start. We don't get to see time play as much as some of these other Terrans. I guess it's because first and foremost he doesn't really play in the GSL, right? So that is something that I'm really keeping up with. And did he sign up for TSL and stuff like that? I'm not quite sure.
I don't recall, but he doesn't play a lot of foreign tournaments either, because I think maybe because of ping issues or something. But yeah, when you're I guess your tournament from Korea and foreign tournament is limited, you don't get a lot of chance to see time.
Yeah. He must be on Wardy's channel a lot, right? I would assume. Because he does all the Chinese league things. So I don't know if Wardy is still in here, but maybe you could tell us. Maybe he can tell us what once...
Yeah, I mean, someone in the chat did say, just said he was eliminated from TSL yesterday by Zest.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for the update, my man.
So that means he's worse than Uthermal at the moment, isn't he? Uthermal beating Zest 3-0.
Oh.
Recently.
Wow.
Easy peasy. It's a Dutchman, of course. Of course he wins against... I forgot about Uthermal actually in the best Terrans list. Probably is. He's gonna take the golden crown there. Probably.
Well, I think... Funny enough, I think Eudermo is kind of like time in the way where they're really, really micro-intensive, and you know they in terms of results, they kind of out of the blue would like be a really high level player, and then like go off for a long time without being anyone significant. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities between the two players.
Palk into Karyu, obviously not a Dutch person. Obviously. Saying he would put Clem and Hero Marine above Uthermal. Ridiculous. Stop making me laugh, man. Stop making me laugh. Stop joking about. Anyway, what's happening in this game? We're seeing some roaches moving across the map here. Not too many, but then again, we only have Hellions here to really defend. A Liberator as well, though. No Ravagers just about yet. Might transform some of those roaches, though. There we go. It's definitely going to help out with the siege here. Queens should be plentiful enough to really help out with the defense against these Hellions. And soon not taking any damage so far, but neither does Time. Keeping the SCV repairing those supply depots.
Yeah, I think the point of this little roach move out is to kind of force the Terran to kind of overreact, overbuild the defense. Unfortunately for Su, Time didn't really overreact, and all he has is a single bunker, was able to build up the third CC, and should be able to change that into to morph that into a orbital here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be in time though. He needs to start repairing this if he wants to keep this one going. He needs to start repairing this. Time, what are you doing?
Oh my god. That is a huge blunder there. I think he was preoccupied with the harass over at Su's side, but damn, losing a CC, a third CC, for no apparent good reason.
Yeah, that is very rough. And he didn't really get any kills either, right? On the other side, he didn't, like, 2 drone kills? What? What? Like, if he got, like, 20 drone kills, I'd be like, you know what, okay, he was quite busy there. He did some good stuff across the map. Maybe that's why the one excuse you could give this, but, oh, my dear lord. Time, my man. That is some ill fortune here for him. And yeah, well, I wanted to know what I could put him on the overall skill tree, and to be fair, that is one mistake, but it's a mistake that takes so incredibly long, right? You're just watching it and you're like, well, this should be fixed soon, right? This should be fixed soon. He's gonna cancel this and lift it up into the sky, or he's gonna pull SCVs and try to repair it. Maybe he thought he already put some SCVs on it, right? Something like that, but I don't even know. Not something that should happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you build a house for over like 5 years, and then the moment it finishes, a car just like goes through and breaks everything.
It's like, yeah, the moment it finishes, you realize, oh wait, I put it on a sinkhole, and then it just falls into the ground and disappears.
Yeah, like that. Very heartbreaking.
It's like, oh wait, this is quicksand that I built my house upon. Alright, well, it's slowly drifting into the abyss now. Oh wait, I built it on top of a fire. I built it... It's like... Oh man. Anyway.
I built it next to a volcano.
Yeah. Alright, well, time coming in here in the, on the, what is it, 3 o'clock, but at the same time, the 9 o'clock, gonna be under a lot of pressure here. That's quite a couple of roaches, ravages ready to pounce the biles right on top of the siege tanks. Nice spreading from Sue. That's definitely gonna be broken. The Marines also getting some work done. To be fair, not much here to stand in the way, but a lot of roaches in their production tab should eventually be able to clean this up. Unless if, you know what, you just start losing them one by one. So I might still be able to get something done there on the other side, but... I mean, he really needs to. Yeah, okay, GG is gold. Just doesn't have the stuff that he needed to really bring that one home anymore after a bit of unfortunate command centering. Yeah. So, we're gonna go into game number 2. Simulacrum. Man, we'll have to wait and see if Time is going to be able to pull himself together here. I mean, even if he did have that 30C, maybe he would have had a bit more at home, right, to defend that that attack with, but I'm not quite sure if he would have been able to hold that attack regardless of losing that 30C or not, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the defense of Su against the Hellions was pretty spot on, so, I mean, he didn't really suffer any economic damage, or at least too much economic damage. I think Su still would have been okay or in a strong position, but definitely losing that third CC, that was really hurtful for Time.
Yeah.
And now we head into Simulacrum with Su enjoying a 1-0 lead instead of the other way around, and we'll see if Time can tie up the series. By the way, guys, we do have a Matcherino page for this event. If you type in !Matcherino, that should bring up the Matcherino link as well as the coupon code, which is AX CynicalDeath, as this tournament and event is dedicated to CynicalDeath. So type in that coupon code, and you'll be able to donate 50 cents for free to the overall prize pool.
That prize pool is in need of some loving. It needs your attention. It needs some nice copy pasting of codes to help it grow into an ever so loving prize pool for these players. All right, it needs to grow up big and strong, so that these players get their money's worth. Well, their time's worth. How would you call this? It's not really their money's worth, right? They're not paying to play in the tournaments.
Their time's worth.
Is that an expression? It should be. It should be an expression. Let's just call it like that, alright? Time for Susu. Game number 2 is coming on the way. Oh yeah, Sushi also, of course, pointing out the... I don't know if you mentioned that as well during the thing. I kind of zoned out there. Sorry, I was reading the lobby chat. But, yeah, the replay pack, of course, also a thing. If you are interested in picking up a couple more of these replays, or, well, you'll get all of them, of course, but if you're interested in getting yourself a couple more professional replays with crazy games like we saw just earlier today, definitely go check it out on the Matcherino page. It's just $10 and you're gonna get all 7 days worth of replays. Now that's a lot of replays. I did the calculations. I believe it's like a minimum of 90 replays or something nuts like that. Now you should be getting from this entire tournament. I could be lying about that. Don't take my math seriously ever. But I think that's about right. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this again now, ain't I? Okay, so you have 5 best of 3s, right? So that minimum of 5 best of 3s would be how much again? That's 5 times 2, so that's 10. Right? Am I crazy?
Doing math on stream, that's always funny.
Oh, my head. I need to go back to school. I need to call up my math teachers again. Hold up. They're gonna be like, hello? Oh, Mr. Humpty Frump. I don't know. How you doing today?
saying never do math on stream. I agree.
Never do math or meth. On stream. This is the wise words. I'm gonna have to do it in my head, and then I'll come back to you. All right? You do the introductions. I'm gonna think about this.
All right, here at the top left, as Kozen is thinking really, really hard right now, is the red Terran player from Kaiji Gaming. It is time. And spawning at the bottom right, as Kozen is still thinking really hard. He is the blue Zerg player from Africa's Freaks. It is Sue.
All right. So I've come to a conclusion. I think I realized that indeed 5 times 2 is indeed 10. I'm pretty sure about this now. But CynicalDeath kind of already did the maths, of course. You're not under the same amount of pressure, CynicalDeath, though. You have to put yourself in my shoes here.
Yeah, you got to give Kozen a break. I mean, he's casting, he's observing, he's reading the chat. He's got a lot on his hand.
I'm making silly remarks about command centers. Doing everything. Everything all for you. Except for math. Alright, anyway. Is there anything interesting happening so far in this game? I don't know. Well, we're seeing a quick third, I suppose, for Sue. It's not abnormal. No, not really, hey? Pretty standard. Pretty run-of-the-mill. That's a creep tumor, though. That's nice. Don't die to the queen, though. So, yeah, sorry?
Yeah, so we do see a 1-1-1 build here from Time, which is, again, pretty standard. Now, it'll be interesting to see if, because he is adding the tech lab on that barracks, if he decides to switch it over. No, actually, it's going to be a command center, I mean, not command center, a liberator coming out that starport. So, no banshees or anything like that.
That was nuts. That little micro there from the Reaper coming around the other side as he was chasing out those Zerglings. Picking off 2 more kills. I mean, it's a little tiny thing, but you know, those are the tiny things that made everybody fall in love with Time to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Nice stuff there. Anyway. Okay, Liberator indeed. There's the 2 Evo chambers for Sue. We're not seeing a lay attack just quite yet, so... No, I mean, I personally love to get that lay attack a little bit earlier on. Oh, that Zergling spots the Liberator here, so that's a nice tell. Bring back Reaper building damage. Nah, man. We're gonna get Beyond back, and then you're gonna be like, oh, wait, so Reapers can still kill everything. Interesting.
Oh, man. I do remember the days when Beyond can kill buildings with just pure Reapers.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that nade damage that they had against buildings was pretty ridiculous, to be fair. So I'm coming in here. It's going to be able to get a lot of work done. Setting up the Liberator as well. That's an unfortunate placement, though. Not going to be able to get too much work done here.
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea to siege a Liberator at the place where you're actually harassing with the Hellions. And usually you want to siege that into like the other side of the base where they're not paying attention, or their attention is preoccupied. So that was a little bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, I can see situations where maybe it would have worked out, right, if he put it in a bit better of his placements where the circle would kind of be covering the retreat of the Hellions in a way, so queens aren't not allowed to chase it as well. Maybe something like that, but yeah, it's not what you normally see, is it? And then, like, just when you put it on top of the score, of course, not really the best of things either. Anyway,
so far, Sue has been once again defending these Hellions harassed really well. So still not taking any economic damage. In fact, let's see how many workers had died here. 0 workers killed for on Sue end, One SCV I think went down somewhere
Negative
somehow.
1 worker kills for time here. Ay, ay, ay. Well, at least he still has that third command center this time around. Man, I don't like calling time out continuously here, but yeah, he really doesn't seem to be in the shape that he once was, does he?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, he's still yet to be seen, but this attack is coming soon. We'll see how well he does. Oh, Su's gonna actually engage off of creep, just on the edge of the creep actually. But nice split on the banelings, mitigating some of the splash damage from the tank. So well done there by Su.
Yeah. Cleans up those siege tanks. Pretty nice targeting on those banelings there for time as well. The Hellions coming out to help now with the lower amount of banelings available. Alright, you know, this attack is actually getting some traction right now. The Queen's falling. There's not too much remaining here full time, so a good wave of links should be able to clean this up. But then, suddenly Hellbats appear. That is something that needs to be targeted down by those Queens. Yeah, he should have enough now, right? There's another siege tank coming in, but that's not gonna be allowing time to push on forwards here. So it almost looked like it was gonna work out for time there, but ultimately, you know what? He holds on. He does have baneling speed now as well, so it's gonna be a lot easier to hold off the next wave if that is in fact coming here.
Definitely, it was like teetering on the edge of snowballing for time.
Yeah.
But Su just at the last moment was able to finally manage to be able to stabilize, and ooh, we see another Overlord drop here on the top side. We'll see, and there's actually no vision here in the main base, so we'll see if these links can get some nice work kills.
There we go, coming across. Good call indeed, and that is a place where there's no vision whatsoever, so he's going to be able to unload all of them before any type of a response is mounted here. So looking to clean up the Marines here in the top side as well. And there we go, the Zerglings now in that mineral line. Widowmine trying to come in here and be like, oh, hold up, I can help out with this, never mind, I'm dead. And yeah, I mean, Su even gets out with 3 of those links. Nice.
Like a thief in the night.
Yep. It's like he's playing Terran right now.
Oh, now he's actually morphing those 3, or at least 2 of them, into a baneling. So he's gonna go for a baneling drop follow up.
That's sick. That's pretty darn cool. There's a missile turret now that has been created here, but you know what? That shouldn't be enough to really kill off that Overlord with the speed here. Especially if he just flies in somewhere else. Oh my god, there's 27 workers here. Time needs to pay attention. This is... Oh dear lord, this could be big. He is not paying attention. And that's 13 workers dead. Alright. He had a radar tower there and everything, right? A sensor tower. Already set up. He was just too busy with this push that is coming across here. Trying to get everything split up before an actual engagement takes place. Cleaning up creep here. And definitely hurting him a little bit there in the end. There we go, cleaning up more of that creep. Wants to be as far removed from the from it as he can be. Sending a Widowmine drop to the top side as well. Does get spotted by a couple of those links just sitting there. I'm not sure if Su did see it happen, of course, but should have seen it happen. Not really responding to it just quite yet, so this might be an opportunity there for time to get some damage on himself. Su already having set up another baneling run by though on this entrance here as well. The previous one did get thwarted. 17 workers with this Widowmine drop. That is quite something else, alright.
Jesus, these plays are just getting worker kills after worker kills. Another baneling run by into the 3rd base. Does get another bunch of worker kills. So this has been the game of worker kills.
Really has so far. Well, 31 versus 18. Su still a little bit ahead on that worker kill lead.
Yeah, and here we go. Su's gonna try and attempt to clean this up. I wish he could have gone with a little bit of a flank maneuver, but
yeah.
Oh man, look at all those splits.
This is some crazy splits. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Su felt like he had to engage then and there exactly. I guess he is still doing just more damage though on this worker line here. 25 more workers gonna get killed. And this forces an entire retreat from the army of time here. Gonna try to reassemble his forces at the third base. And trying to calm everything down again. Oh, missed microing his command center a little bit too. Right, Widowmine is on top of the top right base, so there's not going to be any expanding happening there anytime soon. But I mean, Su, he seems, I'm gonna say he's seemingly in a pretty good position, right? All he needs to do is get really one good trade, army versus army, and then he should be able to take this one relatively easily. Doesn't want to just go in here with links purely against those marines. That's not a good trade. Has to evacuate this base once again. More links coming in. That is trading that is costing him quite dearly. And now, you know what, on his left side, he moved his entire army. Perhaps getting a little bit lazy with the overall control there. Not leaving forces to defend against this, but you know what, does save the base. So just barely in the nick of time, keeping that secure.
Yeah, so it looks like finally Su has stabilized from all these harasses. Oh, actually, as I say, hold that thought. There's another marine attack here at the top. Oh, nice bailing connection at the end. We'll force these marines back.
More bailings at the third. Again, alright, well now the entirety of the forces of Su are here. I don't think he's going to break him. Really don't, but he might be able to target down that command center. Alright, now it's GG. It's a GG. Time taps out. He really didn't have that much anymore, right? 90 supply versus 170. And there you go. You know what, time? You know, he was getting a little bit better there again in the in that match. I'd say, right? We did see some shimmers of the old time here and there. Nice, nice aggression with the marine dropping on the top and then also on the bottom at the same time coming in. Whenever he saw the forces of Su get out of position. But ultimately, just just not as crisp as we come to know from time.
Certainly not as crisp against the bailing drop and run bys. Or actually, the run bys were okay, but I think that drop was kind of a misfortune because he did have the watchtower, the sensor tower.
Yeah.
So he should have been able, ideally, but I guess there was just so much action across the map that he was, I guess he was just not paying attention.
There was quite a lot of opportunity, right? It's a big window of time where you are able to just look at the minimap and then see, wait a moment, there's a big red dot coming towards my mineral line here. I might need to check out what that is, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, Innovation versus Su is going to be our match right here. Let's see what Innovation has in store for us in the TVZ matchup.
Oh, nice. Innovation and Su has one heck of a history. They have played countless times against one another. Now, Innovation has gotten the better end of those matchups, but we'll see if Su can, in this series, change that.
I would like to see Innovation lose here, just because I want to get stats versus Innovation again. I want to continue that series, dude. That was so much fun. I really hope that's gonna happen.
That wouldn't be too bad. I think,
right?
Yeah, that would be it.
It would be nice.
But yeah, Su has his work cut out for him because Innovation currently playing like a beast. So
yeah,
he's gonna have to reach the old Su level.
To be fair, I mean, Innovation, a completely different animal from time. I mean, you would not see Innovation lose a third base like that ever at this moment in time, right? No, it's inconceivable. He would have to be having a stroke, something like that. Like, there's no other way that that's gonna happen. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if Innovation is going to be able to beat him out here, because Su, you know, as you said, he did look pretty strong. He didn't take any damage from the Hellions continuously, and overall, you know what? Maybe his defense wasn't all up to snuff, but his offense, overall army movements, except for that one Liberator, but you know, it was pretty good. It was on point. It definitely still having the overall idea of where he does need to come in, how he needs to micro around and stuff like that, right? So Su definitely proving that he is quite capable of fending off those types of Hellion run-bys.
Yeah, and also in that last game in Simulacrum, there wasn't a lot of creep spread on the kind of the edges of Su's base, so I think Time was able to kind of take advantage of that and kind of continuously harass from both sides and both ends. And oh my God, are we actually going to see Golden Wall?
What? Golden Wall's second map. All right. Okay.
Throughout the whole tournament, like we've been seeing like the same maps because I think people's favorites are usually like Internal Empire or Simulacrum, but yeah, we have not seen a lot of Golden Wall or Purity or even Zen.
Wait, can we see on Wikipedia the which maps were played? Is that a thing?
Let's see here.
Can you? Oh, maps. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, CynicalDeath. I'm a noob. I'm a scrub. I know you put all this effort in every single time. I was playing with them. All right. I was just pretending like I didn't know, but of course I knew. I was just pointing out how cool Wikipedia is. Right. You can even see the maps, guys. It's nuts.
Yeah. Let's go with that story. Yeah.
All right. So Golden Wall was played one time with Estrella versus Elaser. Also Estrella versus Trap. So it looks like Estrella, a big fan of Golden Wall. Did we see it anywhere else? Did we see it anywhere else?
Nope. It looks like Group A was the only one.
Yeah, the only group. And then Purity Industry, not even on the scene here, just doesn't exist. That's it. Am I looking?
Yeah. We haven't seen Purity or Industry in any of the matches the past 3 groups.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we are playing with a lot of Koreans that are practicing for GSL, and it's not in GSL anymore, so it would kind of make sense that, they wouldn't pick it, because they have 0 games on it, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Alright, so, here we go. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player for Kaisi Gaming. Let's hope he loses so we get to see Stats versus Innovation perhaps again. He is Innovation.
And spawning at the top left, we have the red Zerg player representing our Freaka Freaks. It is Su.
Alright, so Golden Wall will be map number 2, by the way, guys. So don't be surprised about where we're on Simulacrum right now. You could always just ask Pearl, I write them down. Oh, okay, that's nice. That is nice. That's good to know.
Oh, nice.
There's some...
if you guys don't know in the chat, Pearl is the admin for this tournament.
Yep. Hosting all the lobbies, putting everything up for advertisements and stuff like that. Very nice stuff. Keeping us afloat. And with respectable viewership numbers. Alright, so... Well then, nothing crazy happening here. I wanted to see a proxy hatchery in the base of Innovation. And then perhaps, like, you know what? I'm just gonna say something silly that you never see. Proxy Ghost to follow it up with. It's not gonna be the case this time around. Results of Stats Innovation. You're just gonna have to go watch them. You're just gonna have to go watch them, my man, because... Oh, my dear lords, you have everything in that series. They didn't leave anything to be desired.
That was definitely one heck of a series opening. But yeah, this now the good thing for I think Su here is that we're playing on Simulacrum once again. You just played another ZVT in the last game, right? So, playing this once again, back to back, that should allow him to be a bit more comfortable.
bit more comfortable indeed, yeah. Where can you watch it? It's on this channel. It's on this channel. You can, if you, I know they changed it recently. Actually, you need to press the logo of the whatchamacallit, Alpha X Twitch channel, and then that will take you to the VOD page. But I don't know why, but you can't do it in like opening up in a new tab. For some reason, they won't allow that, which is rather annoying. But hey, that's how it works these days, I guess.
Or if you want, you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page, and the VOD will be uploaded there later on.
We'll be on the YouTubes as well. What's our YouTube again? Just Alpha X SC2?
We have a we have a YouTube panel as well in the bottom. So if you just click on it, it will direct you to the YouTube page.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Snoopy. Ooh, fusion core. All right. Flying big battle fortress this time.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a pretty good map to go for fusion core battle cruisers because this map is quite large. It takes some time to fly over. So, but then with the battle cruisers, you can teleport in the blink of an eye, so you don't need to worry about the distance, right? And you can attack as soon as possible. So, not a bad map to go for battle cruisers.
Yeah, for sure. It's not as great as Zen. Is that for a map for battle cruisers? Because Zen does, of course, kind of facilitate a dead space into all the 3 bases. But yeah, like you said, there's some nice space in between these bases here as well. Big map and teleportation. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I do it in my own real life. I teleport from the television into your couch.
Just teleporting in front of that fridge. Okay, well, innovation. Let's see if he can get more done here with the overall Hellion aggression. Of course, as we saw before, time not really being able to get in there. These Hellions more so maybe perhaps at this moment in time here to pin down these queens, right? Look at that. He's really trying to get them to the bottom side of the map here and trying to get them to stay around this area. Trying to... Actually, he's gonna get them to the top, and now he's gonna go to the bottom again. So look at this. So now he's going to the bottom, and this means that most likely the battlecruiser will just TP right into the main base, I'd say. With those queens as far removed over here as is possible. Pretty much, right?
Yep. Oh,
actually, just jumps right on top of it. Sees the queens a little bit too far forwards. Might be able to get them, actually, with these Hellion numbers.
Transfuse. Oh, now all the transfuse energy has been gone, so these are the only queens left.
Yep, and they are falling one by one here. This is a bit too much to handle for Mr. Su. He's being burned alive right now. That's quite a lot of workers going down as well. The Hellions don't need the battlecruiser anymore. The battlecruiser is just like, alright, I'll chase the queens. You guys kill the workers here. No problem. Alright, well, it's only 8 worker kills, actually. But then again, to be fair, it's also 8 queen kills. Or 7 queen kills. Sorry, I thought that one wasn't on the overall count yet. And the battlecruiser is still going, so... Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the units lost tab and the amount of damage that has been lost for Su, that tells the story already.
Yup.
Oh, but will he get at least the battlecruiser? Yes, I think he...
He 4 HP!
Oh my god.
4 HP innovation, the battle master god of StarCraft. Somehow, someway, just gets the heck out of there again as well. Ridiculous, ridiculous. And yeah,
actually, it's pretty interesting though. Su went for mules instead of corruptors.
Okay. How many did he get? 6. So that's not enough though, unfortunately. Maybe if he did kill that first battlecruiser, I'd say, yeah, that's enough. But he probably feels like he needs to do economic damage himself right now, right? Is what I'm thinking. But,
oh man, but with Cyclone battlecruisers, yeah, I don't see this doing too much.
Okay, that's, I mean, how do you come back from here? I mean, it's only 3 times the amount of losses, right? It's only 3 times the amount of losses.
Well, the interesting thing is that even though he suffered a lot of worker kills, he's still ahead. So I mean, he's got his fourth base up and running,
Yeah.
or at least soon. But yeah, this is an army here.
Yeah. The army supply 55 versus 30, and that is mech with battle cruisers versus Zerglings and Mutalisk. Although there might be enough Mutas here right now, with the... Okay, he's just retreating. With the Queens, maybe, perhaps he will be able to target them down, but 2 more Cyclones coming in, that is a bit too much here for the Mutalisk to handle, I'd say. Innovation knows it, and Sue kind of realizing now as well. I think that's going to be a GG coming in pretty soon here. Oh, a more Mutalisk on the production tab. It's just not going to be enough here. It's just not going to work out. GG. And Innovation does it again, showing his dominance here. And, you know what, takes one on the board. First game in his favor. Let's see if he can do it one more time and get a clean 2-0. Be the first one to move onwards here in this, well, Group D bracket. Can you still call Group D on its own a bracket as well? It's a little bit of a mini bracket, is it? Isn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right. Golden Wall. Guys, we are in for a treat here. One map that we don't get to see enough. It is such a cool map. I remember distinctly the one time we did get to see it in this tournament. It becomes a lot more memorable, right? It was, do you remember Estrella versus Trap on this map?
Yeah. He I think Austria he walled up or something. Oh no, it was the War Prism Micro, right? The War Prism snipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was off the back of, so what happened was Estrella was mining out the middle, and he made it look like, or maybe he had a plan to boot something there ultimately, or try to go around that area for some way or something. But anyway, it got scouted, right? Trap saw that Estrella was mining out that middle area, and he was like, alright, what the hell is going on here? And he spent like 1 or 2 good minutes of his time looking around in the bottom side of the map when there was nothing there. And Estrella was just running away economically with a second Nexus. He was getting himself shield batteries and everything he needed, and Trap was just on one base looking around on the bottom of the map being like, where is this thing? Why did he mine this out? What is happening? And it worked out perfectly. And then, like you said, yeah, Trap tried to come in there. He still had a very strong army. And Estrella sniping that War Prism right there at the... over here, I remember it. We should put a little monument, honestly, there for Estrella's victory. Anyway.
Up a little grave area.
yeah, exactly. Just a little War Prism that's blowing up statue. Alright. Shall we do the introductions? You want to take the honors this time around?
All right, sure. Here at the bottom left, we have the red Zerg player looking to tie up the series and push it to an ace match. Can he do it? It is Sue.
And in the bottom right side, the blue Terran, allowing us to have some fun with this one. He is none other than KZ Gaming's Innovation. Who might be the best Terran in the world right now. It's hard to say. At least
He's definitely looking
best
like it.
or the second best. One of those. I don't think there's an in-between. There really isn't, right? You can't be 1.5 best.
Or one quarter best.
It's not a thing, is it? But yeah. I think you'll get some weird looks if you don't at least put him in the top 3. At least, right?
Yeah, I think objectively, you just definitely have to put him in the top Terrans out there. Top 3, top 2, top 1.
Maru's the last person to beat. TY, Parting, and Inokan, though. Wait, what do you mean? Maru's the last person to beat. Wait. Oh, wait. This was in response to somebody else. As a student of history, no, you cannot do it. I forgot what we were talking about. That is in response to. Anyway.
Yeah, I think they're just debating about who's the best Terran. And you know what? What's interesting is that once Beyond comes back, like around September, and then we'll see him, like, kind of get back into form. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back into his old form and insert himself as one of the top Terrans as once again.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's gonna be nuts. I've been looking forward to that for a while now. It's coming up, guys. It's like 3 or 4 more months. We'll have ourselves a Beyond back in the scene, hopefully. Imagine him just playing a lot of StarCraft during his military career as well, right? His military service, and then just being like, you know what? I'm not gonna play competitively. I'm not gonna start playing competitively again. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what
it's gonna be
can
crazy
bring.
though. I think 2020 is the year of the Terrans or something, like a resurgence of some sort. They've been doing so well.
They really are. It's taken them a while as well to really get back on the scene here. But you know what? Every race has a moment sometimes, right, where suddenly they are taking a lot of games and it just looks incredible. And you know what? Maybe it's because Terrans are figuring out stuff more and more. So it can be quite a reactive race. It can be quite a race that continuously just is adjusting things, right?
And also the meta and the maps, also the rotation of them, kind of changes up the strategies and all. And I think Terrans are taking full advantage of this. Looks like we're gonna have ourselves Hellion, Blue Flame Hellions. I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, actually, he's gonna add in an armory as well, so it's Hellbats. Now, I think I saw Innovation yesterday trying to do some stuff with Hellbats as well, and it didn't really work out as great as it could. Maybe it's gonna work out this time around, as Sue did go for a quick layer, right? So, trying to get himself the Spire here. He doesn't have a Baneling Nest just yet, but it will finish up just in time. Let's see if he can make some Banelings here just in time as well. Does this Overlord see the Hellions? He doesn't. Okay, that is a bit rough as well.
Okay, this is going to be a pretty scary moment. But Banelings are morphing, though. He does have 4 queens, even throwing down a Spine Collar just for good measure. Queen...
So close to finishing. No, Innovation trying to get on top of it, and it's just in the nick of time. Oh, yeah, Innovation being like, you know what, if I kill those Banelings, I win. And then it's like, boom, explosions everywhere.
Doesn't even lose a single queen, too.
Yep, that was ridiculous. 10 Hellbats there, going down for the price of 5 Hellions. Sorry, 5 Circlings. That's very cost efficient. That's twice as many Hellions as Circlings being killed there. I guess there also was a couple of Banelings which don't show up on the units lost tab. I'm always a bit fussed about that, honestly. I feel like that is, I don't know why that doesn't happen. Why do Banelings that explode not show up on the unit lost tab?
Yeah, that's a mistake, I feel like.
Because that is still money that you're not getting back. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's also really nice to see how many Banelings went down during a game, because we see a lot of Baneling run-bys and they get, blown up and stuff. So it'll be really nice to see. But, oh, look here, we got the Muleless out and about. Remember, he was going for Spire during that whole attack and suffering no damage and able to mass up enough Muleless to do some good damage. But look at there, we already have a Thor out, got the Terror up.
Second Thor on its way as well. A couple of SCVs do go down in a natural basis. There's not much of protection over here. 7 workers, you know what, I'd say that's respectable, especially seeing the start that he just had before this. Innovation putting in a lot of money, getting those Hellbats out that quickly, especially with the armory as well. He's just gonna go for it, it looks like, with the that Thor Hellbats army. And you know what, Bibs is gonna be happy seeing this one if he is still around. This is his jam. This is his overall thing he loves to do. Alright, well, Mutalisk realizing, there is a big attack coming in. As long as I defend against this, I should be okay. Mutalisk, go, be careful. Those rockets still quite hurt. You need to do a perfect magic box here to really hold that backwards. But then again, he does have a lot of queens here too. So it's going to be a rough one.
More roaches coming out for it too, so he can buy enough time to get the roaches out. Yeah, I think he should be fine. If yeah, it looks like the roaches are out. Mulus get on top of these doors, trying to do the
No problem.
the magic box technique. But even if without the magic box technique, he should have enough on the ground.
Yeah.
And Sue will take game number 2.
Very nice play there by Mr. Sue. To be fair, whenever Innovation does do the Hellbed attack, I'm a little bit like, well, it's not his best cup of tea. These are very nice quick games, of course, if they do work out. He's going to be able to continue playing League of Legends immediately afterwards, but... yeah.
I mean, I feel like Innovation, his late game, his macro game is really superior. So knowing that Sue has a history of not having a great late game, you would assume that Innovation would want to kind of extend the game to the late game. But with those kind of that kind of timing attack, it's just a little bit. You just gotta scratch your head a little bit and saying, you know what, maybe not pull out those timing attacks. Maybe just like push it to the late game.
Push it to the late game. It's a song. Then it's push it to the limit. Never mind. We're having a lot of follows as well. I kind of want to catch up with those. Luxian7, Axie, Maxi, Mindside, YZ Boy, 1985, Tony 2 times. That's a funny name too. 2 times Tony, I think. Where's that from again? I don't know. Anyway. Ryoko Fatoy, Crumbab. Joining in there as well. Let's see. Starry ____. Brand Taco. Cookie Staya. Tomash 2290. Vicen Gamargo. Side Targuato. Magepunk. Publius 999. Scapone 82. Colo Burick. Nawaz 9023. Bystry Marion. Deathstalker. XLDS, Kudo Sinechi, Vogolub, TG Sug. Man, this is getting hot now. Should have done this a while ago, I think. Joel, Josie, Gerard. And we had some more people coming in here. I believe it was, let me see, Hot SC2, Crumbud. And did I already say Ryoko Fatoy? I think I did, right? I think I did.
Yep.
All right. Nice. Alright, so thank you guys so much for following. I hope you're having a good time. Hope to have you around some other times as well. Very much appreciate your company. Tell your friends that these matches are going on, because hopefully we're going to get another match between Innovation and Stats in a moment here, as long as Sue stays on top of his game. We're going to have to wait and see. Alright, here we go. Here we go. In the game. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. Is he the best Terran in the world? He very well might be. He is Innovation.
And spawning at the top left, top right, it is the red Zerg player from Africa Freaks. He is none other than Sue.
I think you got to go back to kindergarten with me.
We'll hold hands and walk into that kindergarten room.
We'll be like, hello guys, we stopped knowing what left and right is. We need to learn again. Yeah. Also, Kozen doesn't know how to do maths anymore. Basic maths.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think every time we try to attempt to do math on stream, it's like we get blanked out or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you just start sweating. It's like you stop doing math in your head and you just start sweating. That's what happens with me anyway. It's like, oh god, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna look like such an idiot. Everyone's gonna laugh at me. People are gonna clip it, and then I'm gonna be stuck there forever. Getting it linked to me on a daily basis. How bad I am at math.
Well, you know, look at the bright side. At least we figure out 2 times 5 is 10, so.
That's true, that's true. I got there eventually. That's if I'm wrong. Okay, no, I think I'm okay. I think the math checks out. We'll have to check later with the math geniuses. Or somebody with a calculator. ensure that 5 times 2 is indeed 10. And truly make sure before we get called out too much, you know. Alright.
Yeah.
What are we seeing from these two players? It's looking pretty standard, right? Nothing out of the ordinary just yet. Could still happen though, of course. We might be seeing a Ro16 still being thrown down here. Some nice micro with the Reaper and the Zerglings.
Yeah, I think with this third and decisive game, both players want to just make sure to not do anything too crazy. I mean, whoever does win this game does advances to the semifinals, where they would ensure at least a minimum of $75 to go home with. So definitely something that both of these players wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would like. It's just not good enough. Not good enough. The third base for innovation, nice and early. Actually, yeah, it's slightly lacking behind the hatchery of Sue here, but you know what? That means that Sue will be able to just drone away here after seeing this with his Overlord, right? Knowing that that's not very likely he's gonna get a big attack coming in anytime soon.
Yeah,
can delay all sorts of stuff now.
You know, funny enough, Innovation thought there was an Overlord hanging by the natural cliff area. So he actually floated his barracks all the way there. Unfortunately, the Overlord is actually in the bottom right, and then he's like, "Oh, there's no actual Overlord there." So a little bit of a time there, but I think he was going for the tech lab with a switch on the starport either way, so it wasn't too detrimental.
Yeah, well, it worked out for him eventually, but it's always good to check still, right? You need to make sure. Wait, is that a dead Reaper I just saw?
Yep, just got caught out in the middle.
I think his kneecap is still laying about. Anyway, this is Sue going up to a lay attack here now as well. Yeah, how many links did he make? He's still on 4 links. He's on 46 drones right now, being nice and greedy. So definitely getting himself in a good position here, I'd say. Innovation's going to be trailing up, well, catching up with that SCV count pretty shortly, though, of course, with that 30 CC being ready now to start pumping out the SCVs. Hellion harassment has commenced. Doesn't seem to be getting too much just yet. Viking. Yeah. Hello, Viking. And bye-bye, Viking. Go away.
Shoot.
Your kind is not welcome here, Mr. Viking. What does Saruman say again when Gandalf comes in? When in like the, I don't know, in the hall. I was trying to do that one, but I think I didn't really. Kind of forgot what he says exactly. You have no power here again. That's right. You have no power here, Viking the Grey. That's right. There we go. I got there eventually.
All right, looks like Spire is the tech of choice once again for Sue. So it's going to be a kind of a Baneling Mulist type of composition versus the Marine tank, which is kind of what we usually see in the ZBT.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love the Ling Bane Mutalisk resurgence we've been seeing the past, well, I think already for a while, right? But honestly, personally, I think DRG has something to do with it. Really popularizing it once again, showing that it is indeed viable, and now we're just seeing it left, right, and center again from a lot of these Zerg players, and it is an absolute treat. It is so much fun, in my opinion, seeing the Zerg Bane Mutalisk composition versus the Bio Forces, and I'm so happy that it's back.
Yeah, same here. I think it kind of lends itself to kind of very action-packed kind of games because the pace is just much faster compared to a Roach-based composition.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that people do still seemingly do a little bit different from DRG, I'd say DRG is still very more proactive with his links, with his Banelings and his Mutalisk. You do see sometimes people play a little bit passively with the Zergling Baneling Mutalisk style still, which I'm not quite sure if I'm a big fan of that necessarily, because of stuff like this, right? Suddenly you find yourself in a position where there's siege tanks, there's S-Marines, Hellbats, everything that Terran can bring to the table in these types of situations. And you need to set up flank stuff like that, really, to make it work still. Well, I feel like what you want to be doing, perhaps, is try to keep the Terran busy on the other side of the map with those slings, with the Mutalisk, and use your mobility to your advantage, instead of just going for that straight-up engagement, right? Because that's very often the way you do see it going wrong for Zergs lately. We saw it with Scarlet, I suppose, a lot on Nightshade games actually recently, Rogue as well, perhaps. Which one else? Anyway, he's coming in here, and yeah, he just doesn't have enough stuff to clean this up right now. Those frontal engagements not quite working out here. Especially against the Macro Meister as innovation. You need absolutely everything you can muster. And then even if you sacrifice a base, it might still look like this. Even if it is on creep, right? This entire engagement on creep. Still not really working out. It's all that great.
Yeah, the more important thing is that Innovation did snipe off that 4th base of Su, so it's going to actually force Su's economy to be a bit lagging behind. Although, as I say that, the income graph, oh yeah, actually it does reflect this, kind of going down lower and lower. Would love to see him throw down the extra. Yep, there we go, another hatchery just to keep up with the economy.
Sorry, what with the economy?
Oh, basically, Innovation sniping off Su's 4th base. So Su's gonna be lagging a bit behind in the economy.
Yeah.
And but there's still the Mutalisk. The Mutalisk block is if they can find the opening somehow, they can snipe some extra workers there. But with these Marines, with these doors, oh no!
Oh, yeah, there's more Marines up there. Boy. Oh, Nelly Furtado. Alright, 8 Mutalisk in total now, getting killed off so far. Yeah, Innovation is being really on top of his defense. It's not allowing Su any entry. And look at how well he's moving those Marines around as well. It's just keeping tabs on those Mudmuds and continuously just zoning them out. Look at that. Again, once more catching them. And yeah, there you go. There's 3 more going to get gunned down. Innovation checking over here. Is there a 5th or a 4th base here? There's nothing there just yet. I'm a bit worried here for Su. Not gonna lie. He's really not finding any value with the Mutalisk flock. He's adding in more Mutalisk, but honestly, you want to try and get your value out of those units, of course, across the map. There's only a single missile turret in a natural base, right? If you have 15 Mutalisk, you should be able to get some damage done there, but yeah, Su just not really feeling comfortable enough to try and commit to a location like that. Especially with the Marines being absolutely everywhere. And even if he does commit to the natural, right? With this group of Marines right here waiting near that watchtower, they can just run towards the top side and force, well, kill off a Mutalisk as they are trying to retreat, right? As well, from that natural base. So, I'm loving the overall position here for Innovation. With these small buckets of Marines trying to catch the Mutalisk and avoiding any damage here with just a small little positioning thing, right?
Yeah.
Such a tiny thing, and yet so incredibly important to get himself into such a good position in this game here. Coming in on the right and the left side at the same time. There's still a lot of Banelings and Zerglings. Might need some of those on the left side here to help out with the encroaching Terran forces. But no, actually, he's just going to go straight ahead into the counter-attack and back off again. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a dance here between the army movement and maneuvering, whether how much is split on the top left side or the right side.
Oh, the Thors now, the Marines on the bottom side as well. Here we go again. Innovation catching Mutalisk. It's like a fisherman with a big net. That's as big as the entire map. That catches Mutalisk instead of fish. Now, how many Widowmines do we have over here? Let's see. There's only 2 of them actually. The connections pretty okay. There should be enough. There's not enough Zerg. No, never mind. Well, more Banelings coming in actually. But he lost most of his Mutalisk there. Lost most of his Zerglings. And Innovation is just coming in again. Gonna snipe another hatchery here once again. Just off the extractor first, though. Widow Mine's not the best connections, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He still has enough here. Gonna start pushing on through. Enough medeffects to heal up the Bioforces. Now with the reinforcing links, maybe Sue will be able to eventually force Innovation to lift up here and try to get away, but where's his reinforcement? Okay, no reinforcements just yet, but I mean still, that was such an incredibly good trade for Innovation there. Look at the resources lost tab, just for a second, and then realize, geez Louise, Innovation, how is he this good at this game? And then realize probably that you have no idea. It's just machine-like. As always, as always.
He even got the scan on the main base, knowing the timing of the hive. So he knows that, you know, in the near future, maybe things like Ultralisk or Broodlord is possible.
Yep. The Ghost Academy being added in here. I love the Ghost Academy versus because it does well against the Broodlords, and it does well against the Ultras, and it does well against Vipers, right? So pretty much anything. Infestus too. This is something we're not seeing from Sue, right? It's something that definitely can help out quite a bunch in these types of situations. Infestus, quite capable of just locking down a big portion of Bioforces, and then you will be able to get those connections with the banelings that you have so desperately want. I think this might be the moment where we do see Sue slowly capitulate, though. I'm not sure. Yeah, there it is. GG is called. And Sue, once again, losing to Innovation here. Did manage to hold off the Blue Flame Hellbat push, but in the overall macro game, just Innovation being Innovation and being a little bit too stellar. And holding back all the Zerg attempts at aggression every single time. Like, was there a single moment in time where we thought, like, oh, Sue's getting some damage done here?
No.
I don't think there was.
No, in fact, throughout the whole game, he was losing Mutalisks left and right, so it was like... Yeah, it was... I mean, maybe if he saved all those Mutalisks, he got an optimal amount where he could just, like, one-shot, like, turrets and get some harassment done across the map, then yeah, maybe, but he kept just losing a few here and there, a few here and there, and then a few minutes later, losing a few here and there again. So was not able to build up that Mutalisk count.
Just really didn't quite work out for him, but yeah, like we mentioned, those marine placements overall, that was pretty darn nuts. Just continuously being everywhere on the map, getting himself into good positions, keeping those Mutalisk away, and even if you like we kind of saw, right, if you do commit to any location with those Mutalisk, you're just going to get surrounded by Marines on the backside, and they're going to be able to intercept those Mutalisk as you're trying to run back to your own base. And, well, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're going to have to think about how your Banelings and Zerglings are going to be close by enough to really help out those Mutalisk with their retreats. But, I mean, this is some 3D freaking chess that they are playing at that moment in time, you know? That's pretty crazy. Anyway, we are gonna not have, unfortunately, a stats versus innovation match anymore. That's unfortunate, but we might still have, of course, Sue versus stats or Sue versus time, depending on how this one goes. Time didn't look all that convincing in that previous match versus Sue, but maybe his TVP is a little bit better than his TVZ. Which would be weird, because most of the Terrans feel a lot more comfortable in TVZ rather than TVP.
Yeah, I think historically, Tom has been getting better results against Zerg players compared to Protoss players. So,
yeah.
I mean, we could hope. Fingers crossed.
True. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, guys, remember there's a Matcherino page as well. It would be very much appreciated if you go check it out. Help us out with that code. Give it some attention. You know what? Just help out these pro players. Get a bit more money for their time. A bit more buck for their bang. And that would be just ever so much appreciated. A lot of you guys are already have already done it. Just takes a second, really. I know you guys, StarCraft 2 players, that we're pretty darn good at clicking buttons And this is like a minimal amount of buttons we have to click to do this, right? You're helping us out, and you're helping out the players as well. And that's all we ask. That's all we ask. Also, let me actually take you guys into this screen over here for a moment. So, all you gotta do is press sign in. I like to do the Twitch thing, because Twitch is the easiest way to do it. You press contribute, and there you go. All you do is AX CynicalDeath. Voila, 50 cents added, just like that, if you press this button. How long did that take me? Did you have the timer ready?
Let's just say less than 5 seconds or something like that.
That's right. That's right. It takes less time than actually finding a timer and then trying to set the timer so you can time somebody for doing this. All right. That's how short this is. Also, there's of course the replay pack, the entire replay pack for all 7 days. These are all the games you're going to be able to see. Right, all the replays you're going to be able to analyze. All these players, great players such as Estrella, Trap, Laser, TY, Rainer, Zest, Cure, Rogue, Dream, Clem, Zoun, Scarlet, Innovation, Stats, Sue, and Time. And of course, that's not all of it. We're going to have the best of those players, or at least the winners of those players, continue onwards to Group Stage 2. That's another little GSL group format here. And then afterwards, the playoffs, of course. 2 best-of-5s and a best-of-7 finals. Where we will be we'll be having more fighting happening, of course. Yeah. Other than that, we have some jerseys and a caster tip jar. So if you feel like we're doing a good job, you know what, hit us up there. That's the way to appreciate your casters of today. All right. And of all the other matches as well, of course. We're here for the entire tournament. All right, Snoopy.
Yep.
What do you think? Time versus stats?
Oh, I gotta put my money, I would say, on stats, especially just based off the first series where we saw Time and versus Sue. Just Time didn't seem as sharp. At least I think stats somewhat gave a better fight against Innovation.
Yep.
So I would say stats would probably be my pick for this upcoming series. How about you? What's your prediction?
Yeah, stats, man. I'm even gonna go up with saying it's gonna be a 2-0 here. I feel like, you know what? I don't know what Time has been doing in the meantime. Maybe he's been he's got some push-ups in. Maybe he's had some more vegetables. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have breakfast or something like that, and he managed to get that in. But you know what? Something has to change here for him, and we'll have to wait and see if that is actually gonna be happening here. But yeah, he needs to get himself back into that mindset that, you know what, we know that he is able to achieve. We have seen this man at peak performance, and it is absolutely terrifying. For a moment, we thought this man is just going to be able to take on anyone at any time in the future. If he keeps playing like this. This is ridiculous, and we will never have a Terran as good as this guy, but you know what? Well, maybe not up until that extent, as we do have like crazy players like such as Bjorn and Maru and Innovation and stuff like that. But we really did think like he's going to be able to go into the same kind of overall legendary status as those other Terran players, but really didn't quite happen. Unfortunately, fell a little bit off, and now, you know what, it's kind of feeling like we can understand why after seeing that best of 3 there with our own eyes. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's going to be able to reclaim some of that former glory. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Anyway, any preference with the overall whatever person you want to introduce here?
Let me go ahead and just introduce the player on the top left. It is the red Terran player from Kaizi Gaming. It is Time.
Alright, bottom right side we have the Afrika Freaks Protos. He's in the color blue. He is Stats. Honestly, my pick to be the second person out of this group. We're gonna have to wait and see if he does manage to do so. Stats is just a loving guy, isn't he? He's such a cool person overall. It's just always having fun, always having a good time. And I would love to see him move on through here. Then again, Sue also a little bit of a similar person, isn't he? They're both very jolly people that are difficult to really see in a bad time, usually. Especially together. Remember the Nation Wars stuff that when they were just continuously trolling one another? Man.
Well, they are pretty good friends. In fact,
Yeah.
the other day when GSL was happening, they were both watching it and in the voice call, just I guess commentating and watching it together. So they
Nice.
both these players play and talk and hang out with one another a lot.
That's really cool. I'm not surprised, honestly. They whenever you see them together, they are just laughing non-stop. That's all that's happening here.
Yeah.
And Stats was just laughing his ass off. Yeah, exactly, Lexaboy. Oh my god, that was so funny. That was so funny. And then you see Stu just kind of, first of all, being a little bit surprised with a blank stare at the monitor. And then he turns around and he sees Stats, and they're just like, both shooting to laughter. Just, oh my god, just like realizing. You can see Stats as well, trying to hold his laughter, and then Stu looks and he just can't hold it anymore. Oh man, that was so funny, that Twitch clip. And he just shoots out of his chair as well, just oh. Man, that was okay. Yeah, that's some good times. That is some good times. Anyway, we should consider actually maybe we can get some sort of a tournament going where we will have player camps as well available. That would be pretty cool, huh?
Oh yeah, that would. Sometimes
webcams of the players just mid-match.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah. This is happening, by the way. Dark Shrine.
Ooh. Interesting.
You know what? Time. Let's see if he's gonna be on top of those mules. If he's gonna save them up here.
Well, he hasn't scouted it yet. He's actually quite in the dark. He has not even scouted the Twilight Council. So this might actually catch Time off guard.
It very well might, yeah. He's only now making that starport. He went for the double Rex beforehand. So it could come and nib him in the butt here. Let's see, did he see that Warp Prism? I don't think he did see that Warp Prism.
Yeah. I was in his vision. He did not see it. It was just skirted out just a little bit to the right.
Wow, alright, well that's a good sign. He is still gonna have to warp in these DTs. Is he gonna try it at the base, or is he gonna just do it outside of the base and then fly them in? Alright, so actually not in vision here for Time. There they go, and he just threw down his mule. Okay, he has one scan available still in his natural base. That's a big deal. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it. Alright, so the 1 DT in the natural is going to get cleaned up, but oh my god, he gets Tim.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear lord, and he's gunning down Tech Labs right now, so he's not going to be able to just fly a starport over to try and get himself. Oh my god, the Warp Prism though. The Warp Prism overextending a little bit here for his Cyclone being there, and it goes down as well. That's a big deal, honestly. Time might be able to recover now, as that won't be a quick retreat for these Dark Templar. We're still seeing no Raven attempt to being built, just going for another scan. But with the DTs being split up like this... Oh, there's a missile turret in the natural, okay. Okay, and another scan being used. Well then. Well then.
I mean, the damage has been done. I mean, remember, that was just 3 DTs and a War Prism for all that delayed mining time, as well as SCV kills.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the income graph, it's not looking that pretty for stats right now. But yeah, losing that Warp Prism a very big deal in that situation, of course. You would have been able to save those Dark Templar, you would be able to just kind of lift up and get out, put them back in. Tim was sniped as well, of course, also a very big deal. Is going to be extremely delayed with any type of a push that he wanted to do. I mean, we did see him make the double Rex, so that is a little bit of an indicator that he wants to be aggressive with a bio push, right? That's not going to be happening at the same time anymore, because, you know what, normally it would kind of finish up with the same time as this +1. Good luck, buddy. Good luck pushing across the map without Stim. I'd like to see you try. And, yeah, now, of course, because of that, we have the Colossi already available. 2 of them, in fact, and Extended Thermal Lance also going to be completed here. So that window of timing is completely gone now for full time. And yeah, alright, well, I mean, time once more finding himself in a little bit of a horrendous position here.
Yeah, I feel like has been Time's day today. It's just
Really?
like keep suffering from well, this time is build order, not being able to scout it, the DT in time. But yeah, it looks like Blink is just about done, so that's gonna allow Stats to snipe off these medevac drops. That is actually one coming from the bottom left side. Let's see if that's able to kind of get some. Oh, but look at that in the main base there of Stats. Already got 4 stalkers already positioned to snipe that down.
Yeah, let's hope he goes for the third base. Does get spotted by that pine. Well, actually, I'm not quite sure. He didn't have the pylon constructed just yet. Okay, the scan goes down as well. So just leaving his medevac here might be actually the best thing he could do. So this gives him an opportunity to perhaps get these siege tanks in a good position. And that's exactly what happens as the main army is now moving towards that natural base. We are going to have that medevac dropping into the third. So, you know what, Time, great army positioning here. Good decision making. We'll be able to pick off quite a numerous amount of those probes. Even gets the siege tank here, the Colossus, the siege tank still able to shoot away at that one. Marines on this bottom left base are gonna get cleaned up. But overall, you know what, that is some nice damage there for full Time, for sure.
Yeah, that did way more damage than I expected.
Yeah, I did not expect that to go that well, but hey, here we go. That is there's some nice positional magic happening there for Time in his favor. And
yeah, this is when Time is in his best, where he's being the aggressive one. He's dictating the pace. He's the one doing all these drop harasses, and that's exactly what is happening now. The only thing that's concerning is that his dirt has yet been established, while Stats here is actually taking his 4th base. So we'd love to see Time get that 3rd base as soon as possible.
Oh, he is luring this army all the way to the left side here. There is an observer spotting for the other side though. So yeah, Stats will be able to see this attack once again coming in at the same location. And it worked out rather nicely for him the previous time. It's going to be the same this time around. This is nice. One Colossus does come out. A lot of Zealots here as well being warped in. So he should have enough to clean this up. But once again, losing the gateways. And at the same time, you know what? That army on the left side, a little bit out of position to help out against this force here. A nice blitz from Time. Might be able to clean up the Colossi here. The 3 Marauders might have enough here to do what it takes. There we go. Lovely stuff. Never underestimate Marauders, man. Never. And yeah, Time, once again, getting himself some nice damage dealt, right?
Yeah.
Solid trades.
So efficient. Great value trades.
Yeah, look at that. 6k versus 4k. 2k gas versus 1k gas. That is, that's nuts. That is nuts. Seeing how this game started off, not really what you expect. Normally you'd say, well, the Terran lost their stim here. It's a GG. That's it. Well played. We'll go into game number 2 here, guys, and then, but it didn't really happen. Time playing it cool, playing it smartly, and just casually gets himself into a position where he's still quite capable of winning this game right now. And actually, you know what, you might have, he's actually ahead right now. Looking at all the statistics, maybe a little bit behind in overall tech, because he doesn't have Vikings. He's making oh no wait, he does have 4 Vikings. What am I talking about? 4 Vikings and 2 Liberators. Already prepping against those disruptors now as well. So yeah, he's in a very good position here, and well, let's wait and see if he does manage to lose this one somehow.
I guess you could say time will tell.
Alright.
Alright, we see a little cheeky DT here at the 3rd base. We'll get some SCVs, but I expect the... Oh, there's actually one in the Nitro as well. Oh, so there's actually some really nice damage here.
Trying his best. Gonna get this reactor here, it looks like. There are scans available. He's not using it, though, for that natural. So once again, you know, the defense of Time not really looking as smooth as it could be. Okay, finally he does clean up that Dark Templar in the main base. But I mean, losing 14 SCVs there, that was not supposed to happen against just 2 Dark Templar. He is coming in again with another drop, but actually, once again on the same location, not really getting the amount of value that he once got here beforehand, I'd say. And yeah, I don't know if I'm still liking this here. Well, the army supply is in his favor, I suppose. More army coming in here for time. Another Liberator setting up shop. There's 2 disruptors. We need to see 1 massive disruptor shot here, but the bioforces are coming in. Oh. That's alright. That's reasonable. Oh, did miss the warp in. GG. Alright, that's going to be enough. And just like that, time takes game. This was game number 1, right?
Yep, game number 1.
I thought I was looking at the score and I was like, did I forget to update that? Did I? Man, alright, so Stats actually getting beaten back there by time. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's pretty impressive considering how the game started.
Yep.
With him losing stem, getting a lot of SCVs killed, as well as the halted, delayed economy or mineral mining because of those DTs. And yeah, to turn that around, that's pretty impressive, I gotta say.
It is indeed. Now, of course, those SCV kills that did happen later on by the Dark Templar didn't really matter anymore that much, since already he was pushing across the map and he had the army that he needed anyway at that time to push into that base. At that moment in the game. Trying to avoid saying time when you have time in the game, it's difficult. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
Alright, well, game number 2, Simulacrum. I would love to see Stats versus Sue. I think they are gonna have so much banter in the game. And, you know what, we just need Stats to win 2 games here. Come on, Stats. Come on, Stats. You got it, man. They're both using their own portraits as well, by the way. Did you see in the loading screen?
Now that's, I mean, let's say they added your portrait in the game. Would you put it as your portrait?
I don't think so. I think I'd feel uncomfortable rocking my own face. Then again, I mean, Stats, I feel like Stats is one of those people that can do it. Honestly. It's just like one of those guys that's so relaxed that you know he doesn't care. Anyway, in the top left side we have ourselves a red Terran. Fighting for Kai Z. No, it's not innovation. It is a time innovation. No, it's just time. It's just time. Don't worry about it.
And here at the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss player from Africa Freaks. It is That's Evasion. No. No. That's.
It's just stats. It's just stats.
Oh, and look at what we have here.
You could have mixed Sue and Stats together as well, and then you would go. It's Stoots. It's a nice one too. All right. Double Rex opening. That's what you wanted to say, right?
Yeah. Now, Stats has yet to scout this.
He's not going to.
Yeah. Oh man, you gotta be diligent with your scouting, my man.
Sometimes you just see the standard stuff and then you're like, alright, well, I know what this is. Trying to block that command center. It's not trying to get built here, Stats, so this might be a little bit of an opportunity for him to see as well. We're like, alright, he's not building a command center here. Something is off. I'm not sure if he's actually putting this together right now. He needs to come in back around again. This is why you always see that probe hanging around somewhere else near that third base and then try to come back in. This is why. You wonder why people do it continuously, because people usually don't go double Rex versus Protoss. And here you have it. This is... Oh, actually, he's looking around on the map, so he's aware that something is off here. That is very nice. But he's not building shield batteries. He's not building... Well, he's getting a Stalker. Honestly, Mass Reaper versus Protoss, that seems very difficult.
Yeah. Now, this map actually pretty good for it, because there are 2 entrances. There's a ramp in the backside, as well as the ramp, or not the ramp, the opening at the Natural. So this is a pretty good map for the Reapers to jump in and out. However, with this not being scouted, But I think Stats kind of have a hunch as he's throwing down the shield battery there.
Yeah, he was really looking around the map as well, overall, with his probes. Expecting something to be off here. Now, trying to anticipate the movement of the Reapers here is rather difficult. He has a nice wall. I like the wall in his main base. You know what? Time's just gonna gun down this shield battery. What do you mean you don't need extra building damage? Oh my god, it stays alive. Are you kidding me? 5 HP. 5. Snoopy, that's 5 HP. That's one shot. One extra shot. It would have been fine. Didn't want to lose a single Reaper.
You could have, if you sniped that off, he would have definitely evolved into Beyond status.
Yep.
Oh, just barely.
Things just slightly working out here so far for Stats. He hasn't killed off a single Reaper yet, though. So this could still snowball if he's not careful. I mean, I'm kind of surprised as well that Stats is just going for like pretty much the regular follow-up behind this as well, right? So we're seeing he got like one extra Stalker, he got the 2 shield batteries, but he's still casually going for Blink and the robotics facility and all that stuff, right? He's just still doing the regular path there.
Yeah, his build hasn't really changed as much, except just maybe some extra shield batteries. Besides that, just going on and about, and yeah, blinking up to, or taking up the Blink Stalkers. And I expect that once the Blink is done, he should be able to do a counter attack across the map.
Yeah, I would love to see him get a little bit aggressive there as well. I mean, at third base full time, is it does seem a little bit greedy, right? Off of the back of the 2 racks, not getting too much done here. It is incredibly early though.
Yeah, I mean the Protoss definitely want to punish this. Now this is one of the maps where not only Reapers are able to jump in and out, but Blink Stalkers can also as well at the kind of top right side of the edge of the base. And now this is where, because Time did spawn at the top side, all his add-ons are on the right side of his buildings, which means if Stats can get on top of that, he should be able to snipe it off.
It's a little bit fortunate there. You know what? These Reapers, they are still keeping these Stalkers in the main base, right? So, or at least at the honest at Stats' base. So it's very difficult for him to get across the map right now. For a moment I thought, you know what, with that tech lab being there in the middle, that might be a bit difficult. Oh my god, Nina actually raiding us with a party of 98 people. Thank you so much, Nina.
Oh, thank you.
That was a while ago. That was 11 minutes ago. It's fine. It's fine. We're on an 11-minute delay, guys, so don't worry about that. That's why that happens.
11-minute delay.
Yeah.
I wonder what's the longest stream delay ever that someone put on.
It's probably like 2 days or something like that. You know, with a I don't know. What could you consider a replay a delay?
Sure, but
probably not, right? Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. I think with like 2 minutes, you're pretty much as safe as you can be. And then, you know what, if you want to be really safe, you can put it above that. But a lot of people putting it at like 1 minute or 90 seconds as well. Because, you know what, with 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes, that is already quite a bit. More than 5 minutes and it's a replay. 5 minutes delay and then also a replay, man. Alright, anyway.
Oh, looks like a Dispense 742 in the chat saying, took me 10 years to actually try at this game. Laugh out loud. Hey, man, it's better late than never, right?
No, it's not. You should have started 10 years ago. What were you doing?
And yeah, we welcome you to the StarCraft community.
Okay, 2 probes will get gunned down. Maybe 3. Oh, it's getting close. Yeah, it does get 3 there. Nice micro. Once again, from Time.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, the Reaper's really not going to do much. So you can just, you know, just try to get as much done with them as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why you don't really see a lot of Reaper in the mid to late game. But wouldn't it be crazy if some Terran just like defy logic and just like go for like a mass Reaper transition in the mid game? Now that would be crazy.
It would be. It would be. I always kind of thought about, you know, fantasized maybe is the better words, because if you use the Reapers well, right, you get a little bit of a juggle with enemy units, right? So if you do this you know what, most insanest of ways, you should be able to basically stun your opponent's units, right, for quite a while, because they can't shoot while they're bouncing around. And you can still shoot them while they're bouncing around. So if you do it perfectly, right, it seems like you should get a whole lot of value.
Yeah. Although I feel like you could probably only attempt that if you're like way ahead or something.
Yeah, probably. Or if you're like beyond level of good, right, with Reaper Micro. I think if anyone's going to be able to do it, it's going to be Beyond. We're hyping this man up so much, and then he's going to come back and he's like in the worst shape ever, and we're all going to be like, oh. It's like watching my dad play StarCraft. Sorry?
He's going to make Reapers great again.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so overall in this game, guys, we have the Warp Prism speed on the way here. That's pretty cool to see. And I think Disruptor's also being created here. Yeah, we have one Disruptor, so I would love to see some Disruptor dropping happening here. Or maybe just even Warp Prism harassment as soon as Time tries to get out. Time's still on 3 base, by the way, as well. He's been on 3 base for a while. He does have that full base now. Okay, he is going to start maneuvering towards that, what is it, 9 o'clock base. Of course, Stats already building himself a 5th. So overall, you know what? I'm liking Stats' position here. Upgrade-wise, let's take a look at those as well. A little bit in favor for Stats as well. Comes in with a couple of Zealots, kills off the sensor tower. Might give him the opportunity to come in unnoticed. That's a lot of Zealots now being warped in on this Warp Prism as well. All gonna be sent towards the top. There's a Widow Mine here, though. Wow, that charge actually helping out quite a bit. The Widow Mine, of course, does reveal itself as it's shooting there. So charging towards the Widow Mine, helping out a little bit here in Stats' favor. That's funny. So yeah, not taking as much AoE damage there. Anyway, regardless, we do have a 3-pronged attack, it looks like, being set up here by Stats. It's gonna be interesting how he's gonna make this work, right? Needs to keep Time's army away from his main army, though, here in the middle. Needs to be careful. Great EMP so far. And he's just gonna try to force field his way through. Where did that Warp Prism go, actually? In the bottom? Okay, it's still in the bottom left. I would love to see that attack in the top side now, coming in here. That's quite a nasty amount of Zealots with the Archon there as well. Oh my god, the Disruptor shots! Oh, just in the nick of time, does get picked off there. Most of the Disruptors do get killed here. Man, that was almost incredibly large. Alright, so Warp Prism unloading some of those Zealots in the natural base. Now also in the main base. The attack at the top side I was waiting for also coming in here and getting quite a good amount of SCV kills here. Massive warp in with Zealots in that main base. Definitely helping out quite a bit. Now moving back into that main base. Targeting down the overall add-ons of the production facilities. The main army for Stats. Playing it safe. Playing it casual. Don't want to commit here too much right now. But you know, that's always fantastic to see. Getting himself quite a bit of value there.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the scary part is that he's still relying heavily on these gateway units. So I would love to see him kind of tech up a little bit. Maybe get some additional splash damage like Storm High Templars, or maybe even Carriers or something.
Maybe Blink DTs, Snoopy? Is that what you would like to see?
Who doesn't love Blink DT? Oh my god, look at that Dark Shrine. That Dark Shrine is like on fire.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Sick looking.
Yep. Hey, we do have once again a multi-pronged harassment being set up here by Stats. We got Time in a good position though this time around to hold this backwards. A lot of those Vikings coming down to the bottom now as well. There's only a single Colossus actually. Yeah, it's the only one on the field. I'm a bit surprised by that. I would like to see a couple more come in, but then again, you have so many Vikings against you. Maybe it's the right call not to do that.
Oh, nice.
Pretty alright Disruptor shots, but you know what? How many did he lose there? Felt like he lost like 4 or 5 disruptors there for one reasonable disruptor shot. Great targeting by Time.
I do love how both players are kind of splitting their army really nicely. Oh wow, Stacks is actually focus firing on the command center. Does get it down. So a nice little pick up there. But I think Time has a lot more energy for, or at least minerals for command centers. He can always float his main command center in the main base.
Yeah, that's true. There's still a little bit of gas remaining here. Not that many minerals, but maybe wait a little bit longer. Already putting down another command center. But yeah, it goes back down to 4 bases against a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Read 'em and Weep 'em bases Protoss. Yes, this bank is just exploding right now.
Yeah, we might actually see another command center being sniped down really soon because there is a bunch of DTs at the top, bottom left, waiting and biding their time to get on top of that planetary.
Oh my god, how many is that? I just don't want to look away from those Dark Templars. I'm afraid I'll miss what's happening there. There's also a Liberator. That's a nice snipe there from Stats. He's absolutely everywhere right now. Look at his overall control of these units, doing a pretty marvelous job at keeping Time honest here. And right, in come the Dark Templar, right on top of that planetary. There's no way you're going to repair that one. And GG is called. The Dark Templars make it happen. And there you have it. GG. GG is called. And that is Stats bringing it up 1-1 again. Outplaying Mr. Time there, I'd say.
Yeah, he's keeping his hopes alive. Remember, this is the losers versus losers match, so whoever does loses the series will get eliminated from the tournament, and then whoever does win will keep their hopes alive and face Sue in the deciders match.
I want Stats versus Sue so badly, Snoopy. I want it to happen so badly.
Same here. I got my fingers crossed.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe, you know what, Time versus Sue will be a rematch. It did look a little bit one-sided the previous time when we did see it, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. That's the classic build, not parting. What are we talking about? Which one? It's the double, the DO double GG. I think that's the build. I think that's a reference to you.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. The double G. I like that. The double GG. So you would type GG GG. That's all. Parting did a build yesterday and it was so bad. Wait, what? Parting played yesterday? Where did he play yesterday? Was it TSL? Was it TSL where he was playing? It could very well be. Right, it must have been. Must have been there something. TSL, yeah, okay. TSL. He tried it versus Rainer on TSL. Ah, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Didn't work out. And what builds were we talking about again? Pearl. I'm gonna mess with Pearl so much. This is... I could make it much worse, Pearl. And, alright, here in the bottom left side we have ourselves a red Terran. Fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is none other than Tan.
And spawning at the top right, we have the blue Protoss from Afrika Freaks. Looking to close out the series with a win. It is Stats. Oh, interestingly enough, he looks at look at Stats kind of layout. He did that build at the bottom area where the Reapers was jumping in and out. Actually, gonna go ahead and build it at the near the gas geyser. So
yeah.
It's a little bit of a wall off, so it kind of forces the Reaper to go up to the left top side. So that it doesn't really completely block it, but it kind of directs the Reaper to a certain direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too, honestly. We've been seeing this a lot from stats, right? Overall. I think I used it in the Simulacrum game as well.
Yep, that's correct.
It is always nice to see, you know what, these protos doing a little bit different. The thing is, right, with building your buildings near the cliffside, to try and block the Reaper that way, force him through the main door. You know what, it is an easier way to catch the Reaper, but in the end, it's also an easier way to lose your buildings against any type of siege tank push. Right? Imagine a 1-1-1 and then suddenly the siege tanks are just over here and all your productions are gonna get lain to, well, blown up to smithereens. Pylons are gonna get targeted, everything's gonna go down. And it's gonna be a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. I mean, I guess it's a preference, but I think in the end it'll probably be better to just build your buildings back at the near the nexus instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like we do see the first stalker coming out. No adept. Wait, is there a no? There's no adept, so he's actually opening with a stalker instead. So this looks to me like it's going to be a kind of a blank opening
I
of
can
some
take it.
sort.
There's a sentry as well coming out, right? It's not a little bit of an indicator that he wants to use that as scouting, I suppose.
Yep.
And yeah, there's the Twilight Council, as you called it.
So some people
likely to
might
be
be
that blink.
asking, yeah, some people might be asking why not a second stalker or something, or why a sentry? Well, the sentry not only it could actually help you kind of delay the robo a bit, delay the observers because you could use the sentries for hallucinated scouting, but also like later on if you want to use some type of maneuver to get the high ground vision to blink your stalkers into the Terran's base, you can use a sentry to do so as well that way.
Yep. Yeah, and there we go, facilitating quite a nice bit of early scouting here. The Phoenix coming right on in. Well, the hallucinated Phoenix, of course. Okay, there's also a second stalker available. So that Reaper will not be able to get a free pick there on that sentry. Widow Mine being spotted already, so immediately kind of realizing what is coming his way. Wait a moment. Oh my god, he sees Drilling Claws being researched as well. That's massive. Where's this armory? Why did I not see the armory here? It's right here. Okay. It's underneath my little bar of resources. Alright, anyway, yeah, so Drilling Claws upgrade here coming in for time. You gotta wonder if he's still gonna commit to this. Yeah, it could still work out nicely, right? But, I mean, Blinkstalks are famous for holding this off quite easily. Or at least to be the best answer against it. Maybe, you know what, maybe Phoenix is slightly better because you can pick them up before they go off, but you need to be so on top of those Phoenixes and the control.
Yeah, I mean, the next best thing is definitely Blink Stalkers. You can snipe off the medevac so that they will have to pick another medevac in order to do another Widow Mine drop. And it looks like Blink is about to be done. Yeah, I think he should be good. Look at that. Look at that. He's got all the vision on the left and the right side, making sure he spots this Widow Mine. And there we go. He's going to catch the first medevac there with those Stalkers.
Easy peasy. It's like, get out of here. What are you even thinking? Nice blink away as well. Setting off two of those Widow Mines here. Well, the medevac gone now. And yeah, time in a boatload of trouble. That's a big investment. Getting that armory, getting Drilling Claws. That's a lot of gas. That's a lot of minerals that you're investing in that tech. And if you don't get anything done with it, then that is definitely problematic. You might even, you know what, at this point onwards, I'd say consider just not doing any drops anymore. Just take all those Widow Mines with you on a big push. Nice blink there once again from Stats. Picking off that. Oh my god, that Stalker's actually stuck in between the Marines here. Just managed to get out of there. But yeah. Oh my god, look at the HP on those Stalkers. That's ridiculous.
It's a really nice micro to save them. Now they're going to go ahead and regenerate their shield, which means 2 extra Stalkers in his army force.
The one Widow Mine is still here on the bottom side, on the left side as well. And we do have observers, do we? Well, they're on the way, at least. One of them, there he is. It's a lot of gateways being added. Is this a more than usual? It's a 5 extra gates. Okay, I think it's okay.
Oh my god, this medevac gonna get spotted once again.
Oh, you're gonna learn time. It's just happening over and over again, isn't it? He's just walking into the stalkers every single time.
Yeah, that's got it on lockdown.
It really does. Third base for time will be a thing pretty soon. Let me take a look at the overall income graph though. Yeah, that is some nice looking blue hills over there. Some nice blue curves. Oh, the Widowmines do manage to get in though, finally. Getting themselves some kills here. 5 probe kills. Took him a long time. But overall, you know what? Is it too little? Is it too late? Does kind of equalize out that the income graph though. So, you know what? At least it's something. At least it's something.
Yeah, I mean, if you try like 1 million times, you're bound to get one in, right?
Especially with that drilling clause. Yeah, for sure. But then again, at the same time, if you do it too many times, it's... I need to stop saying time, for God's sake. If you do it a plural amount of things, right?
What?
It will be... I'm just trying to lessen the amount of... you know, average. Anyway.
If you do it multiple...
I've broken, guys. I've broken myself now. You take over the cast, alright? I'll just sit here.
We do finally see a little bit of a move out here, but this army is not quite large for time. It does have a bunch of widow mines, but I think with these stalkers here at the 4, he should be fine.
Yeah, looking good. What's this marine shooting here? Oh, it's the barracks, I see. At least that everybody's breaking in this game here, not just me. There's quite a couple of SCV kills here, actually. Nicely done by Mr. Stats. Gonna get out of there as well. And normally you do see the Terrans, of course, get a little bit aggressive. Now, because Time was continuously going in with those Widow Mine drops with the drilling claws, I think that might be a bit of the reason why he never really had the units to start pushing across the map here aggressively. Is this gonna be too much damage, actually, that he's kind of taken himself as well? There's Storm available in that War Prism. That's massive. Yeah, I think this might be too much to handle here for Time. And Stats looking very strong as he's coming into that natural base. GG is called. And Stats takes this best of 3. Will be able to get himself a match with Sue.
Wow. Looks like we got our wish right there. With Stats versus 2. And unfortunately for Time, we'll be eliminated from this tournament. But we thank him for participating and I guess putting up some competitive games there at the end.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was waking up a little bit there in the later parts of today's series. The first one was a little bit lackluster, I have to say. Definitely some mistakes that you would not really think of when you think of players on this skill level, really, right? I mean, third command center, losing a third command. I'm sorry to have to bring it up again, but that was. Definitely something that is, you know, it's been a while since I've seen something like that. It's about, you know what? I've seen more proxy nexuses recently inside of the enemy's main base than I've seen people losing their third base in a fashion like that.
No, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, alright, so Suits versus Stoots is going to be the next one. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to be bringing to the table here. You know what, I'm in love with this new name we gave them, Stoots. So I decided to call Sue also Suits.
Suits.
Instead of Stats, as you know, mixing them two together. They're very similar, there's a small difference. One is Stoots and the other one is Suits. Alright, anyway. Guys, go check out that Matcherino page. I'm gonna quickly hit up the toilets as we are waiting for the videos. Snoopy, do a little dance, entertain these people, will you? Thank you.
All right. Even though nobody can see it, I'm doing a little bit of a dance. And don't worry, it's not twerk. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and read what is the chat saying here. Mad Donois. Sorry if I butchered your name. Nice tourney, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is a tournament dedicated to Cynical Death. If you guys don't know who Cynical Death is he's one of the Liquipedia page moderators. He's the one that's entering all the data, updating all the data, and the results. So yeah, give him a shout out. He's been a pillar of the Liquipedia community and does a lot of work for us. Twerking Snoopy. I'll leave it to your imagination of how a twerking Snoopy looks like. Uh, Arab Viking asking, is the stream done? No, we actually have one more series between Stats and Sue, whoever wins that series will determine who's the last person moving on to the round of 8 in group stage 2. So make sure to grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and enjoy a sick, or I would presume it's going to be a sick series.
It better be. Goddamn better be. These guys, they have no reason not to provide ourselves with some amazing play. I mean, if you're gonna do some weird stuff, right, you might as well do it against your teammates.
Exactly.
I'm just hoping we're gonna see another one of those Nexus in the other base. And then Sue doing, I don't know. I don't even know. Also a proxy hatch. Let's do it. Why not? Proxy Nexus and hatch.
Yeah, I don't see a proxy Nexus because it's harder to do against a Zerg, but I could definitely see a proxy hatchery.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm all in on this one. I've been waiting. I've been hoping. And is Potato Pleb here? We need Potato Pleb or someone that's good in Korean. We need them in the chat right now so we can actually get all of this translated. Inu will probably try his best to kind of keep us informed, but that's... I don't know, I'm expecting quite a bit of banter here. We'll have to wait and see though. Maybe they're not feeling it. Maybe they got in a little bit of a fight, alright, about who's gonna do the dishes or something like that. I don't even know.
Or they're just wondering why their name just changed to Suits and Stoots.
Like, are we the same person now?
Oh, actually, the third map here I'm seeing is actually going to be Zen.
Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so hopefully we could get a third game here and give Zen a little bit of a visit.
Let's see, second simulacrum. Okay, okay. Man, Everdream though, that's the map to be. That's the map where all the wild stuff happens. What happened? They were chatting in game? No, they're not chatting in game. I'm just expecting them to do a lot of banter. I know, I'm anticipating it. I always love these two bantering with one another. And they're just really fun guys. They're really fun guys overall, you know? So, I'm just holding out hope that that is gonna happen. They are quite close. Exactly. That's why. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Tarwi, Psycho Loco, Maj Nowise, Scarecrow 2333, Sodi 2020, 3 the 3D Mursh 3, Crackstar, Barca 9138, Legend K TV, Hung Biom 20, Pink Starfish, Jigaloo, Rudy, Savior Kai, Rook SC2, Mosingen, Leadhead 19, Berry Claw, Ha S1, Alden Good 666. I love you, Lele. It sounded like some weird of a confession suddenly, like confessing my love to Lele, but that's actually the entire name. Hot SC2, Crumbed, Ryoko Fatoy. Did I already mention that one? Maybe. I think I'm around the location. It's hard to say. There's so many.
Well, don't forget the most recent one right here.
I think that's your job now.
Well, thank you for the follow, Swirly Ball.
Exactly. I think if you have your name like Swirly Ball, that probably should be called out by the person intimidating a dog here. You know. Alright, guys, we're getting things started here on game number 1. I've been mentioned 3 times now. Have you? Alright, oh well. There you go. We'll keep doing it.
We love you that much.
Fatoi. In the top right side, we have a blue Zerg. Fighting for a freak of freaks. No, it is not, in fact, Ryuko Fatoi. Don't be silly. It is Sue.
And spawning at the bottom left, we have the red Protoss player from a Freak of Freaks as well. It is Stats.
Stats. The man of statistics. It's a bit of a weird name in a way, isn't it? Stats. It's like he really just loves statistics, right? He doesn't seem like a guy that loves statistics either.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe he thought it was just you know, like Sue, like just well, actually, is Sue a word in Korean? Sue?
I'm sure it just sounds Korean.
It does a little bit, right? This might be his name. Sue means seconds. Really? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That would be too good to be true.
Stats
Part of
mean
his
anything?
name. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm wondering how he came up with the name Stats.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I would also wonder about how you came up with your name, Kozin.
I just kind of put letters together. It's been yeah. I was it used to be my World of Warcraft name, you see.
Okay, so
And then I had friends that told me, you know what, you cannot change your name because we're too used now to you being called Kozen, so we don't want you to change it anymore because that's just going to be weird for us, and it's kind of stuck around forever. No, I was not an undead rogue. I started off, I wanted to be Horde and I wanted to play Paladin, so I was a Blood Elf Paladin, and then when the Tauren Paladin thing came about, I turned myself into a Tauren Paladin. It was a big fat cow. A holy cow. It's the best thing ever. Anyway. The perfect goblin. Right off, Hunter? No. No. Okay, alright, so. Actually, Sue was highest grade for old Korean education system. Irony. Wait, what? Is this a thing? Is this a thing? Do they have irony in the Korean high education system?
So that would be what, college or something?
I think that might be university.
Okay.
You said that so disappointed. Alright, anyway. It's kind of funny. It's just like, oh wait, oh yeah, right, there's something.
Alright, so we do see a Stargate opening here coming out of Stats. Now the first Oracle is gonna pop out. Let's see if it waits or... Nope, looks like it's gonna wait for the second Oracle before heading out and moving out.
There's an Overlord just waiting there, lurking on the edge. Just barely outside of vision range for Stats here. But yeah, these guys just kind of doing the normal things, right? Overall, those two oracles are a little bit of the exception to the rule, I suppose.
Yeah, but I hope Sue knows the timing and start getting a Spore Crawler, because
he really should, shouldn't he? I think he's just prepping for Adepts though, right? Right now.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's 4 Adepts as well, so he should be ready for those.
This might get a little bit scary for Sue.
4 Adepts, yeah, that's not gonna help out against someone that's prepping for Adept Glaives, my man. Spore Crawler in the natural and the main base. Let's see, well, actually the third. Yeah, natural as well. Alright, so completely ready for this one. Queens will be able to kind of push this away. Only losing 4 workers. I'd say that's acceptable. That's acceptable against 2 oracles. Could have gone a lot worse. And Sue getting a little bit of counter-aggression going on the other side of the map here. A lot of links available, but nice positioning for Stats with those Adepts. Should be able to get himself a reasonable...
Hold on.
Sorry?
This is This is a lot of gateways being added here.
It's 4 gateways, yeah, actually.
There's going to be a total of 6 gateways. No glaive depths, no glaive upgrade for anything. So it's just going to be a straight up random. Oh no, actually, it's going to be
Is
a
he
mortal.
faking making a base here? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's got to be a fake. I would have to imagine.
All right. Well, that's the oracles now coming into that natural once again. We'll not lose one of them. Just barely staying alive. And yes, Sue. I'm not sure how aware he is about all of this. Of course, he did kind of keep tabs on that third base. Didn't really come in to confirm whether or not that had been put down. Just quite yet, anyway. We do see a lot of roaches. Oh, nicely done. Setting up on that warp, or the Zanaga watchtower. And now the warp prism with all his entourage here being spotted out, getting some vision on that. But is it too little? Is it too late? Army supply pretty equal here, but with all those sentries, should be able to deny quite a bit. Nice cancel on that 4th base. No more probes have been made for a while now. Great force field so far. Will he be able to push on through here? I'm not quite sure. Zergling's coming in from behind, so that forces a lot more force fields out. Wiles just barely getting dodged there. That was a close one. Close shave. Trying to get rid of the buildings here to get the AI of his units to function a little bit more easily. Needs to be careful.
Oh, wow.
I'm not quite sure if this is going to work out. Honestly, there's so much Zerg right now. The sentry's absolutely destroyed. And yeah, just not enough for stats here to really get himself inside of the 3rd base here. He did get a cancel on that 4th. I suppose that is something, but feel like you might want to get a bit more, right, with the amount that he invested into this.
Yeah, he kind of delayed a bit of probe production on his side as well. But the thing is that he's got to be most worried about is this counterattack that's coming. There's a unit streaming across the map, more roaches on the production tab. Spy actually being put down in case he needs to follow it up later on, which could be actually deadly, as sometimes it catches a lot of Protosses off guard.
Yep.
So let's see if we can go ahead and defend this Roach Ravager push here.
It's gonna be a rough one for sure. The Zerglings here already on top of those probes, trying to target them down. Costing that shield battery a lot of energy right now. It's very far away, removed as well from the overall base here, where the fight really wants to take place. So not really helping out a lot of those forces on the top side of stats. But you know what? I think he's doing it here. Not that many forces. We have seen Sue going back into the droning for a little bit as well, right? It's kind of been going a bit of drone, a bit of overall more Zerglings to stream across the map here. And he remade that 4th base, making a 5th base now as well. So Sue just getting himself nicely, well, in a pretty good position here, right?
Yeah, especially since he's banked up a lot of gas and minerals just to produce those 8 mules on the production tab. So, I mean, this is not something that Stats has scouted yet. There's no cannons in either of the Nexuses, and the blink is halfway done. But yeah, if Stats does not catch it with that observer, if he does not catch it with that observer, then it could be spell trouble, as those mules is going to go on top of the mineral lines. And actually,
I think he saw with the observer did see.
Yep.
Alright, well, in they come towards that natural base. The Stalkers are there to defend against this. More Zerglings on this bottom right side. Mutalisk realizing, we have been spotted out. Let's try to go somewhere else. And in a way, of course, these Mutalisk, I mean, not only are they trying to get worker damage done, or some sort of harassment, they also force that War Prism to stay on the side of Stats' base. Of Stats, the map, of course, here. Stats, the map on... Alright, so... on Stats' side of the map here. There we go.
Yeah, which means he doesn't really have to worry too much about the harassment. Maybe he needs to worry about Zealot run-bys, but I don't think War Prism should do too much over at his side. Now, looks like stats. Look at that 36 Baneling. Let's zoom on that beautiful Baneling ball. Ooh, that's a lot of Banelings.
Yeah, we do not have Storm available just quite yet. I'm wondering if it's going to be done in time. It's going to be very close here. It might be completed in the middle of this battle, but you know what? It might just barely be too late. We need to have force fields here to hold this backwards. I think Stat's a bit preoccupied with trying to hold back the Mutalisk overall. The Micro against that. You know what? Pretty good force field so far, but they are biled down. There's the Storm just in the nick of time. Being able to get rid of a lot of those Banelings there, but is there still just too much Zerg here? I don't think so, actually. Stats looks like he will be able to hold here. And just barely. My dear lord, those Storms were just like, that couldn't have gotten any closer to that with their timing on the Storm.
Yeah, but I still like Su's position because during that attack, even though he didn't get too much of the Baneling connection, he dwindled all the Immortal count as well as a lot of the Sentries. So right now, you see it, Stats army is basically Stalkers, a few High Templars regaining energy, but that's it. That's pretty much it.
It is, yeah. And the Mutalisk, of course, still doing work as well here. Getting more probe kills. Keeping the Stalks busy. There is a Zealot run-by setup on that top left. It's been sitting there for a while, but not really getting much done so far. More Banelings, you know, this is wave number 2 for Su coming in, and as you said, yeah, the overall Immortal count definitely lowered here quite a bit. We do have a lot of Storm available. Let's see how those connections are. There's one. The Banelings coming in a little bit slower, one at a time now. Ooh, almost getting on top of those High Templar. Needs to watch out. Okay, whew. Let's keep them safe for now. How many Storms do we still have available? I think like maybe 1 or 2. There they are. It's pretty much all the Storm gone right now. That probe line looking ever so much exposed. Banelings rolling in here. Losing 11 workers so far. Also losing workers by the Mutalisk. That's why Stats is so busy on the other side here. Moved away with all those Stalkers. Had to try and get some work done. Getting those Zealots now finally in a position where they are kind of dealing with some stuff on the opposite side of the map, but Su's reinforcements there in time. Only 2 Queens falling there because of all those Zealots. Not the greatest of trades there for Stats once again. Mutalisk gonna find this War Prism here. Will not be getting out of there alive.
Alright, so looks like Stats gonna... This might be actually the last attack because, I mean, Stats has dwindled down to 44 workers. Su got almost like twice as that. Twice the amount of that. But this is a lot of Archon, so Su's gonna have to engage real carefully.
I think already those Baneling connections were good enough.
Yeah, dwindled a lot of the High Templar. Now only 1 High Templar has enough energy for a Storm. That's the last Storm for the time being.
Yeah, nice splits though from Stats there actually. Really good blinking. See if you can push on through here. He still has those 5 Archons, of course, a reasonable amount of Stalkers, but is it going to be enough Zealots coming in as reinforcements? They are ever so crucial. Dodging the Biles, that's a good call, but is it still gonna be enough to snowball here? The Zealots taking a lot of damage, but the Archons are falling. And yeah, this is gonna get cleaned up here by Su. I'd say eventually, right? Unless if we get more Archons in here, it's gonna be able to just make Zerglings here for Su, and he's gonna be okay. More Roaches coming in. Alright, there is another Archon, but gonna get targeted down now by those Roaches. Oh, nice pickup though from Stats. 2 more Archons. No, this is it. This is it. GG will be called. And yeah, you know what? Kind of getting a little bit exciting there, but yeah, Su just a little bit too good, grabbing that first victory. And Stats once again finding himself in a series where he's 1 point behind. Needs to win 2 games in a row to actually advance here.
Yep, and looks like the second map will be on Simulacrum.
The banter has been a little bit lackluster so far, hasn't it?
The what?
The banter.
Oh yeah, there's not really any banter here. It looks like both players are just keeping it cool, keeping it professional.
Yep. We need to tell Inu that he should tell them to banter more. trash talk themselves in a little bit. Anyway, apparently Stats is asking for a minute. Might have to go to the toilet or something else. Maybe getting a phone call. I don't know. It's nice that he put it in English as well. It's very nice. He knows he can just do it in Korean because we do have the Korean administrators here as well. But I guess Pearl is the host here of the lobby, so that would make sense to then put it in English. Anyway, Sue is ready though. He's like, I'm just gonna give the go.
By the way, I just got informed all the Match Arena codes has been used, so thank you for all. Yeah, thank you all those who have used the coupon code. If you want to, increase the prize pool, you can still do sponsor quests, or if not, you can also, if you want the repacks themselves, the replays for all the games in this tournament, you can buy and purchase the replay pack. And yeah, that. But thanks anyhow for all the contributions, everyone, with the coupons as well as direct payments with the repay packs.
Yeah, very much appreciate all of the effort you guys put in here. Every week around this time, we do a lot of events, Mr. Arab Viking, but it's Alpha X. The code CynicalDeath is basically it's a tournament we're doing right now. CynicalDeath, of course, a marvelous member of the Liquipedia family, basically, right? A volunteer that is uploading and updating the Liquipedia every single day to, well, pretty much maximum amount of efforts. Honestly, he's a guy. If you look at the amount of changes he made, it's getting quite something else. It's probably more edits than I've made in my life in all of the things combined. He made in Liquipedia just for StarCraft 2, and that's why there's a tournament going on in his honor. We do have other tournaments running around as well, and we will have more tournaments coming up too. But this one in particular, for CynicalDeath, that we're watching right now. I'm just asking because I cannot watch GSL live, but I love to have some other events to watch live. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Glad to have you here, and we'll always try to kind of run around the window of time of GSL and stuff like that, right? Anyway. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2 between Stats and Sue. Let's do that one more time, and then call out their locations, their colors, their races, and of course their names in a very epic tone of voice. Oh, also their clans. We could do their nationalities as well, but I think everybody already knows. I think everybody already knows all the other things. We could just not do it, right? We could just forget about it. We could just skip it if we really wanted to.
Yeah. I think people know.
People know. People know. We can do that. In this side, you already know. In the other side, you know him as well. And you can see what he is. So, good luck with that.
That was perfect. That
Good.
was absolutely perfect.
Nice. Putting full effort here. Unless the CynicalDeath tells us otherwise. If he wants those introductions, we'll do it. Otherwise, just write an angry letter to Sushi or something, alright? Okay, well, there is a forge, actually.
What?
Yeah. A forge here for Stats.
Hey,
it's only a single probe.
It's not Proxy Nexus, but I'll take it.
You wanted a whatchamacallit, a cannon rush, right? There it is. Yep. 2 pylons. Another pylon. Oh, is it gonna be another one in time? He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the money just yet. Okay, we'll have enough money now, but needs to get that the drone out. There you go. Okay, 1 drone on the other side of the wall here. Needs to be right on top of that micro with that probe. Let's see if he will be able to get things sorted here. Okay, 1 cannon, 2 cannon. Is that gonna be it? Is that gonna be the 2 cannons? Yeah, there should be enough, right, to kill off that hatchery. Cancels the pylon, looks in the drone. Not quite able to escape with the probe though, unfortunately. But you know what? This is looking rather dangerous for Sue. That's the 3rd cannon at the. Actually, oh wait, no, that's right here as well. So there are 3 cannons now. I like that. I like that.
There are 3 spine crawlers coming out too. Queens being made on the production tab, as well as more lings. So let's see.
Not sure if I like the. I'm not sure if I like the spine crawler, Snoopy.
It's gonna be close. That third cannon does not reach the hatchery. So if you can take out these cannons. Oh, the cannons are focus firing on the hatchery. This is gonna be close. No, I think actually never mind. It's not gonna be close. That hatchery is definitely going down.
It's such a big investment now. Also to get those the 3 spines. It is. You know what? It's getting rather close. It's got rather close there in the end. Just barely not being able to make that work. A bit unfortunate. So yeah, loses the hatchery there. And now, you know what, he's just sitting here. He does have those 2 spines. He will be able to remake that hatchery, but you know what, honestly, maybe you would have been better off just to make another hatchery elsewhere, right? Immediately for the money of those spine crawlers instead.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's close though. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Like,
yeah,
if you
for
can
sure.
barely save the hatchery, maybe if you had a transfuse on one of the queens, that would have saved it. But yeah, just barely was able to save the hatchery there.
That's got a sting. That's got a sting. And still no trash talk from either of these players. I am impressed. I think Inu had a stern talking to them, being like, you know what, this is in honor of CynicalDeath. You guys need to take this seriously. I don't want no silly talk. It's the most important tournament we will ever play. You guys better take this seriously.
Yeah, both players looking pretty serious indeed, and look like we had the first Oracle coming out of stats. Now, looks like Steve went for link speed here. If maybe he can rank. Oh, actually, never hold that thought. There's a Oracle that has already arrived in the base. Does get 2 drones, so not too much.
Sorry, I'm gonna go off topic here again. I just came up with an idea for a tournament. What if you have like a tournament that is just completely all about trash talking, right? So the person with the best trash talk will be able to get himself a revive or something for the tournament. It's gonna get like decided and then gets into like the 3rd place match or something like that. And then maybe if he beats that one, goes into the finals. I would like to see that.
You know what? How about like maybe like if you trash talk, you get like 500 minerals and gas into your.
So oh my god, we need that. We need an integration for casters to give money to players.
Yeah, so the more trash talk, the more resources you have to build stuff, right?
Yes. Yes, so whenever they say something funny, we can give them like 500 minerals or 500 gas or something like that. Oh, that'd be so good. I need this. I need this so much right now.
It's so silly.
Everybody's gonna play favorites so much now.
Now, who will win the trash talk, though? I mean, Pardon got some good trash talk, I think.
Oh,
maybe MC back in the day.
It's gonna be Netix.
Who?
Netix.
Netix. Never heard of.
Bulgarian, Zerg.
Never heard of. No.
It's gonna be great. He's gonna be great at this. Or maybe Petit Drogo as well. He's good at the memes, right? So he would be good.
Or maybe even Avillo.
I think Stats and Sue also would be really good at that. A tournament like that. Innovation as well, yeah, just a question mark. It's like thousands of minerals instantly. Anyway, okay, let's continue with the game. Enough fun, enough.
Enough daydreaming.
We need a map maker to get on this though, to allow observers to send money to players. All right. So, yeah, use thermal as well, probably. Anyway, what's happening here? We have a layer on the way. We have the 3 bases for Sue. He is on 50 works versus 45. You might lose a couple of them here, though, because of those adepts. The War Prism is getting zoned out. And this Spinecrawler coming being quite useful now. 3 more workers do get picked off. There are 2 Oracles still available here as well. There's no Spore Crawler in his 3rd base. In come the Oracles. Hello, sir. We are here to buy some drone meat of you. And
luckily the queens were in position.
Yeah, just barely getting there in time, eh? Okay, 3rd base for Stats also being constructed right now. Getting himself the Templar Archive, Spire on the way as well. We don't have Blink just yet. We have the Charge upgrade actually coming out first and foremost here. So that Spire could be actually quite strong. We do have 1 Stargate, but no Phoenixes, of course. We won't have Blink. But maybe it won't matter, as we will have perhaps a big attack with charge slots and Archons coming across the map here relatively quickly, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, that Overseer does spot the little army there by stats.
Yeah. Doesn't say
So-
much though, right? It's 3 sentries, a Stalker, a Zealot, and it's like the Fellowship of the Ring suddenly, is there? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it could signal an attack as the charge is about to be done. Let's see if. Oh, sorry, I knocked the mic a little bit there. Let's see if Stats decides to actually move out. These Zerglings does a nice job scouting though, and we'll see the move out of
Yeah.
the Proton. So let's see all the army in the production tab. Now roach speed is about to be done. More roaches. Now the Mutalisk can actually snipe on the war prism. That would be really nice. Pick off.
the stats behind is still probing up as well, by the way, for a really large amount, so... I don't know if he's going to be able to break Sue here. Maybe he's just here to try and get some units to be forced out, because it really doesn't feel like he has a good chance to really push through, you know? Yeah, he backs up. He backs up without really even trying to commit here. I guess he does have the revelation, so he can kind of see what the army is like here for Sue, but... Man, alright. Well, anyways, Mutalisk now coming across the map as well. Will we be able to face off against those Stalkers here? Blink is getting constructed, but, you know, actually War Prism with the Archon definitely helping out quite a bit here. And Stalkers in the 3rd base as well, so, you know what, overall, nice defense. Very quick on that Guardian Shield there, with from stats. I like that.
Now Sue, he only showed a few Mutalisks, so Stats might be thinking, oh, it's only a semi-commitment, it's not a full-on commitment, but in fact, there are 6 more Mutalisks on the production tab, so Sue is committing a lot to these Mutalisks.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not even seeing any cannons being thrown down, no shield batteries in the main base or the natural, right? They're still completely open. And yeah, that's actually a good point. Stats not really realizing the amount of Mutalisks that are on the way right now. Well, we have only 10. 10 is still a low amount, of course. It can shoot up here relatively quickly. I'm not quite sure. We're seeing more Zerglings on the production tab, though.
Yeah, but Sue did take out the Oracle, so this hallucinating thing might have caught the tail end of those Mutalisks, but looks like he's not moving. And this is before the can is up, so these probes are actually pretty wide in the open and vulnerable.
Shield battery trying his best to keep stuff alive, and does do so reasonably okay, but still full probes fall, of course. And yeah, I mean, considering how this game opens up here, Stats getting the snipe on that hatchery, Sue even investing a lot of money in defenses, trying to save it, and they're not saving it. And now, you know, it's not really feeling like a game that opened up like that anymore, right? I'm not quite sure. I mean, let me take a look at the units lost tab here. No, that's not it either. I'm a bit confused with how Stats got himself kind of behind in this game right now, right? I mean, he's behind on the workers. He's trying to catch up on tech now, getting himself Blink. Okay, finally he has Blink against the Mutalisk. Upgrade-wise, let's take a look. Okay, he does have +2 weapons versus no upgrades whatsoever for Sue. So that is the big advantage here for Stats. But other than that, he's behind with like 50 supply. 20 of that is workers. And about 30 of that is army. I suppose that does kind of work that way with a roach army, but still, it feels weird, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the beginning was weird to start off with. I mean, it's hard to say who came out on top because, yeah, even though he lost the hatchery, and even though he committed to those spine crawlers, Stats on the other hand, he committed like 3 to 4 pylons as well as 3 cannons himself. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but definitely this is anyone's game to take for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to how well this army of Stats is gonna be able to handle itself here. It will move on top of the creep. He does have Storm available for High Templars ready But you know what? There is a flank being set up here by Su as well, and it's looking pretty darn juicy. Those banelings. You know what? Actually, this one Archon gonna be able to scout this out, and then we have the storms. Oh, the High Templar are so close to dying here, just barely managing to land those storms, and that might just be enough for stats to start pushing through.
Oh man, but all the High Templars are dead, so there's no more storm. All he has is these Immortals and Archons. Now that's a lot of Archons,
Yeah.
so it's going to be up to Su to be able to make enough Banelings, get the connections. He might actually have to sack this base though.
I'm pretty sure he transformed all those High Templar into Archons, so he didn't lose a single one. He did make them all into Archons. Not a single one of them did die.
Ah, okay.
But, you know what, here we go. Again, this is mostly Lynx right now, going in first and foremost on top of those Archons. Those are not the greatest of units that you want to have against this. Okay, the Banelings, though, still quite plentiful. Let's see how well the Blink Micro is against this. I mean, Su losing 15 workers and losing that base, but Stats, of course, losing his entire army here. Perhaps, you know what, no, extra Stalkers coming in. And that might just barely be enough here. There's a Spinecrawler standing in the middle of this being like, you know, should I do something? I don't know, guys. It's a little depressed Spinecrawler there, not feeling it anymore. And I think that's the same feeling Su's gonna get here pretty soon. GG is called. And Stats manages to break on through there.
Yeah, so that ties up the series. So that means we're heading into game number 3, and it is going to be on none other than Zen.
Zen, alright, there we go. The map of the crazy. The map of the wild. Although that could be Purity in Industry as well, actually. But then again, nobody plays that. So we'll give the title to Zen for now.
Which is a little ironic considering the name of the map.
We'll call Purity and Industry the map of the drunk players, alright? They have lost all sense of reason. Purity. How can you not like Purity and Industry, Faith? I mean, how? How, man? How? Have you seen Purity and Industry games? Oh my dear lord. It is something else. It is such a breath of fresh air. Anyway, thank you all for joining us here today, of course. Very much appreciate all of you. Thank you for all those follows. Danny1986, Free All SC2, Atlas Hahn, Mencubus2, Pajee Getsi, Dispense 742, Arab Viking, Dr. Ooh, and of course none other than, hold up, let me see, which one was it again? Rukio Fatoy, thank you as well. Bringing it back, bringing it back. I think it's like shout out number 6 or 7 for him.
Yeah. We do also want to include another shout out to Pharaoh, who donated $25 to the Macro page.
Nice, awesome.
So like to give a shout out to him. I believe he also has a team called Berserker Esports. It's an established, friendly team open to players of all levels and with a competitive spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and link their Discord into the chat. So if you guys want to check it out, you can head on over to their Discord.
There you go. There you go. Well, I mean, let's not waste time here, guys. This man in the bottom left side, he's doing something sneaky on the top right side. There's no sneakiness going on whatsoever. So making it look normal though with this drone timing. He's being like, oh no, oh darn it, you blocked my hatchery. Oh man, alright, I guess I'll go over this way then. Oh, you're still here? Alright, well, I guess I really will go this way then. This is some crazy mind games going on here. Look at that, he's even going for the pylon block. Oh man, now he's coming into this main base and he's like, oh, he doesn't see this, he doesn't see this spawning pool. He should know, right? He should know something is off here. If he goes for the Nexus. Is he gonna go for the Nexus? He's standing in location for that Nexus. I think he's gonna go for the Nexus here. No, actually, he did make that second pylon quite early, right? Am I crazy? That's an early second pylon, right? Okay, yeah, in the side core. Okay, he knows, he knows. You see the Zerglings, actually? I was not looking there. He must have, right? He's chronoing out that Zealots. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
We're fine, hopefully. Su, though, once again finding himself in a little bit of an awkward position here in the early parts of the game. Let's see if he will be able to get anything done here. The Zealot needs to stay on his tippy toes. Do the dirty dance with those Zerglings.
Wait, do Zealot have toes?
Of course they do.
Okay. Oh my god, look at the dance back and forth. Oh, jeez. He's gonna get surrounded by the Zealot. Oh, man.
The Zealot don't really... come on, Zealots. 2 probes now standing in this wall, so just being like, oh dear. 2 of them having the same idea. This one circling as well, wailing away toward that pylon, and you know what, this might be the end of things, honestly. Well, it's getting close to it. Although, you know what, Su not really overcommitting here too much, right? He's still making circlings, and that's probably the right call. If he knew that this was going to work out this way, then that would have been the end of things. He would have just kept making those circlings, and that would have been a whole different story. Now, though, because he didn't really overcommit, or, well, I say overcommit, he didn't really commit to this. He didn't have circlings, he tried to remake drones on the other side of the map here. And now, you know what, overall, he's getting a good scout off, right, with these links, but he's still behind on workers. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the most important thing here. Didn't really kill off too much either himself, right? Unit loss tab, not that much in favor for him. One probe, and yeah, this is good for stats, I'd say.
It could have definitely turned a bit ugly if there was more Zerglings committed by Su, but only committed to like 6 lings or so.
Well, I mean, as soon as you see that, you know, your opponent kind of scouted out those links, you're not gonna make more links, right? Because you're like, okay, this should never work anymore. It's gonna chrono out that Zealot. The Zealot's gonna sit in the wall. And I should never really be able to get anywhere with these links. Like, you should not get that surround on the Zealot there, right? That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Alright, these Adepts only got 1 drone so far. Some nice little pick off on one of the Adepts.
Yeah.
So
Training
nothing...
okay against the links though, of course, but...
Yep. And there we have it. The infamous Glaive Adept upgrade. Actually 2 probes now on each gas. Oh, never mind. He's gonna send one of the probes into the left side gas. So it looks like it's gonna be a 4-gate. Oh no, actually it's gonna be a 3-gate. Glaive Adept timing. Usually you see a 4, but I think with the kind of the delay in the beginning. Oh no, actually never mind.
Yeah.
It's gonna
you're
be
right.
4.
Okay, you're right. You know what you're talking about, Snoopy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't see that 4th gateway, but yep, it's going to be 4 gateways indeed.
Alright, and we'll have to wait and see how that's going to unfold, of course, here with the Robo. Let's wait and see. He's going to already have the War Prism here. That's nice. That's nice. It's lovely, isn't it? Going in. Su is prepping for this rather nicely, though. He's getting that Roach Roaring at a pretty reasonable time, right? Considering how this all started off. He's still getting that Roach Roaring into production as soon as that War Prism is flying across the map. Now, the thing that I am a little bit worried about is, you know what, actually, Su... Okay, let's see. He has 9 links, 24 links in production. He might just barely have these links out in time, and that's exactly what happens, actually. He needs to stay on top of these shades, though. They are going to finish. And now in a very nice position. You know what? I think Su... He does definitely have the stuff here to hold this off. Killing off these Adepts rather quickly now. Oh, they TP out of there, and only 3 workers killed there. Alright, wow, that was a very solid defense from Su.
Yeah, it was a bit scary. It's still a bit scary as there are quite a large amount of Adepts still. But this time around, Su should have some roaches popping out in the same time. And should be able to defend against this.
He comes once again, a big surround with all those links, though. Very often you don't see people really committing to surrounding those Adepts if they already shaded, right? But Su actually really being a player that seemingly tries to get the surround as much as possible and kill them off before they actually shade. And then just kind of take the hits by those from those Adepts when they shade forwards. So a little bit interesting, not really the approach you always see, but it seems to be working out alright for him. Though he did lose 7 workers there. He does kind of hold on now.
These little random overlords flying around. Gonna go ahead and supply block Sue. There's gonna be a little bit of a counterattack here, but it's just too much stuff here. I got 4 sentries as well in the mortal, so that should be safe.
Should be good. Should be good. Things kind of slowing down once again on the map of Zen. They're zenning down. The Spire, I think you already mentioned it, is going to get constructed at the 3rd base. Now, how well do we expect the Spire to do here?
Well, there are a lot of avenues for the mules to fly through, right? You see the big wide dead space between, I guess the 3rd base and the main base, and then you come from the left side as well. So a lot of pathways and openings for the mules to come in and do some damage.
For sure. But, you know what? He still needs to get there, of course. He's got a good amount of gas and minerals banked up, but with this attack coming in, he might be forced to make more roaches and ravagers instead with all that money. So that is a overall Mutalisk timing that is going to be delayed. Now, the Ling run-by actually forces Stats to move backwards here with this entirety of his force. Not completely necessary, perhaps, but it does buy Sue a bit more time, right? So now he's going to be more prepped for this attack right here, as the Ravager's already ready to shoot down Biles here from this guy.
Oh, but he's supply blocked. This is not the greatest time to be supply blocked at this moment. And oh, gotta be careful. Don't want to get force field on that ramp area.
Alright, so his army supply, it's I'd say it's a little bit low here compared to Stats. I'm not quite sure he will be able to hold on here for a lot of time. I mean, those 3 Immortals, ever so dangerous in these types of situations. It's going to come down to the Biles. If the Biles do manage to connect here on top of those sentries, on top of the Immortals and Stalkers, I think he might be okay. But other than that, he really does need to have quite a great hold here. Now, definitely making marvelous use of this little choke here. But then again, at the same time, Stats using that as well with the force fields. Let's see, there is some Mutalisk actually. He did manage to squeeze some of those out. Oh, these Biles looking like they will be able to connect rather nicely. Taking on a lot of those sentries there. Not that many force fields remaining anymore. And Stats realizing he has to make it work right here, right now. Blinks right on top of all those Ravagers. Takes most of them out. And I think this is, yeah, it's a bit too much yet for Sue to still handle. The Mutalisk doing a little bit on the other side of the map here. But you know what? These base is going to die a whole lot quicker. And those Mutalisk will be able to kill anything on the other side here. More Ravagers in production. Roaches too. Lynx is really what you need here in this moment in time. It's a whole lot of Lynx, but you don't have the larvae. You used up most of your queens. Look at that. Yeah, Sue sent all his queens to battle, so he doesn't have any injects going for him. Which means he will not be really able to make any Zerglings, which what you need against the Stalkers and the Immortals. And that is going to be it, guys. That is going to be GG. Stats moves on. And Sue loses game number 3 after the back of a, you know what, a Zergling aggression at the start that didn't really go in his favor. And there you have it, boys and girls. A game well played by Sue, and Stats, of course, just slightly a little bit better. Gonna be moving onwards here.
Yeah, just I feel like maybe it was not the best time to go for Mulus. I think he needed a bit more army on the ground, and then maybe later on he can transition to the Mulus. But with only roaches and lings, no banelings or anything, yeah, that army of Stats was just too strong. And congrats to Stats, he will make it to the round of 8.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to be joining all the other players here. Now we fully know who are going to be the round of 8 players. Let me take a look actually back at the overall bracket. That's the wrong screen I have right here. All right, this is the one. This is the one. Let's stroll on through memory lane here for a moment, shall we? Group A, we have Estrella and Trap qualifying there versus Elaser and TY. They'll be moving on to group stage number 2. Rainer and Zest joining them from Group B, fighting off against Cure and Rogue. It is Terran patch, but apparently not in those two groups. Group C, though, definitely right on top of the Terran patch meta. Knowing what's up. Clem and Dream being the people that did advance. Dream actually being able to 2-0 Clem in a TVT there. That is definitely worth mentioning. As people do continuously claim Clem to be the new uprising Terran. But you know what? Still having trouble, I suppose, with that TVT meta. Anyway, Zaun and Scarlet getting knocked out there. And right now for Group D, let me refresh quickly so we have that updated as well. There you have it, everybody. Once again, Team Liquid, well, the Liquipedia people on top of things. There you have it. Innovation and stats. Gonna be moving onwards. Stu and Time just falling a little bit short here. Stu definitely giving a great show, but in the end, just not enough. Anyway, that means these are our plays. We got 3 Terrans, 4 Protoss, and we have a single Zerg, which is Raynor. That would be pretty cool, right? Having Raynor in the group of 8 as the sole Zerg survivor, moving on through to the semis and then possibly going to the finals as well. You know what? Just because of that story, you have to start cheering for Raynor there, I'd say. It's always a cool little tidbit of if that happens. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. We will be back with this tournament on oncoming Tuesday. It looks like lovely stuff. All right, so yeah, thank you all for watching. Go check out the Matcherino page if you do want to get yourself those replays of today and all the other days combined, of course. And yeah. I'm really Kozen. You can check me out over here. It's my Twitter. It's my Twitch if you want to see more of me. And Snoopy, thank you so much for joining me here today as well, my man. Much appreciated.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say?
Just basically thank you for all the followers as well as all the Matcherino contributions. We definitely appreciate it. And yeah, look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
All right. Lovely stuff, guys. Go check us out then. And yeah, we're going to be looking at who we're going to be hosting here, or raiding, of course. Let's see who is available, actually. Any Alpha Access? I feel like we're forgetting something, like some sort of a big shout-out or something. I don't know. Well, Thor Rush, John McClane, Raven243, Harsid, Treat973, Grant Human. Thank you all for following as well, by the way. Hope to see you next time as well. Let me see. We can raid True. He always plays in our tournaments. All right, we're gonna give you guys to a lovely Korean player. He always plays in our tournaments. So go say hi. Thank him for always joining us, and it's gonna be True. All right. All right, guys. See you later. Bye bye. We're just waiting for the raid thing to go live, all right? And then we're gonna go. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. See you soon. And we love you. Good night. Or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is.